All right, so we should be live. Just let me make sure YouTube refreshes so I can see that. Yeah. Mute
Yep,
the
there it
stream.
goes.
Boom. Yeah, beautiful.
Hey, Nitro.
Beautiful. So Nudge Freak, how you doing? I see Mitchell's was in here first. Said what's up. I don't know if he's still here. KGM, what's up, buddy? I hear myself through you.
Oh, what the heck?
Is it coming through a second computer or your TV?
I must have double clicked it.
Oh, you're good. There he is, Mitchell's. How you doing, buddy?
How's it going, Larry?
You almost done with all your house stuff? But yeah, this is Beards, Beers, and RC episode 2. Me and Gus, if you guys don't know Gus, this is Gus's Custom Creations. Linked in the description. Go check him out. Gus was lucky enough to get a brand new DBXL, 2-stroke 2.0. I have the old one, so the goal with this tonight is just to go over like some differences, talk about them, what he thinks about the new one, how I feel about mine, and yeah, just really just talk about them and try to figure it out because he wants to figure out if he can get a pipe on that with the way it's set up. We'll get into that when we get to it, but yeah, so that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to hop into it in a little bit. We're going to let Phil up a little bit. How's everybody doing? Eric, what's up, buddy? Uncle Alden, what's up? You just watched this video, Eric? Nice, dude.
But yeah, it definitely needs a pipe. I can't get it to clean out with a stock muffler on it.
No.
If you give it just enough RPM, she'll still break up a little bit. And I tried leaning it just a little bit, and then it would. I mean, it's good most of the time. You guys didn't see it in the video I had. That was like, I ran it twice after that, so. Because I ran it, but I didn't run it that hard that day.
Yeah.
The other day, I ran the crap out of this thing.
It's awesome.
It's a lot of fun.
Percy, what's up, buddy? Did you poop anywhere interesting today, Chef? No, dude, just Jersey. I always update people in states. It's what my personal Facebook's all about. Yeah. But my goal, my hopes with this, I don't know about you, Gus, since we're not, like I said, we're waiting for it to fill up. My hope with this new DBXL, I hope it does popular enough. I hope it's popular enough, sells enough, and they revamp the MTXL.
I don't know it. I know the reason is because this one was the best seller, like, well, yours, and like, then it's the 5T and then the MTXL. Was it the price? But not really. I mean, it was only a little bit more than what the 5T is, but I guess maybe because most people who are into these race and like you can race this one and you can race the 5T. I don't know.
Yeah. But a guy can dream because I just watched Sergeant Jay's video of the MTXL he picked up, and I'm so jealous.
Like, yep. Yeah, I saw that in RC Guy Garage's thing there too.
Yeah, dude, that thing is clean.
Yep.
Clean. He got lucky with that. He was talking about it for months.
Yep.
And always bringing it up. I'm like, dude, just go freaking get it, bro. And
I think he's been talking about that for like a year.
At least, yeah. Now that you said that, because you were still in the group chat.
Yeah.
He was always. I'm like, dude, go get it. You know.
Yeah, because he was like, should I get this or should I get this? And then he ended up getting that. And then should I get this or should I get this? And then it was like, now he's out of armors to buy. So he's like, I'll go get it now.
Yeah.
And it's like, you might as well get it because you're going to buy them all eventually anyway.
Dude, if I could find one for a deal like he did that clean, I would be all over it.
Yep, me too.
What's up, CSL? How you doing?
I almost thought about, like, when I was looking at this, I almost thought about seeing what it would take to kind of convert one of these into it and what kind of upgrade you'd have to do to get it to, tolerate the bigger tires and everything.
Mm-hmm.
and maybe throw like a 45 in it.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be sick. The XLT 450 is better version, strong 5T chassis, extended MT XL stance. Yeah, but KGM, I said this yesterday in my live. I watched an older video with Boda Gel, and he was actually talking to Lozy about an MTXL2 that they were actually working on, and then it got scrapped, and that was it. Um, my hopes is for some reason they revive it and do a 2.0 version. You know what I mean? Because don't get me wrong, the XLT 450 is awesome. It's on my list, believe me. But if Lozy is like new MTXL, I'd be all over it.
You know what they
Like,
should do?
hmm,
They need to change up their plan, and instead of it being like a monster truck, make it like a truggy, because I mean it's basically a race truggy chassis anyway. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And I think it would draw more people in because then it would be like a race platform.
yeah, it would get away from the monster truck specific kind of stuff. No, I can see that makes sense.
Yeah, and then then you can always get like an aftermarket body and different tires and stuff, to make it how you want it.
Yeah, but yeah, that would be sick. All right, so Gus, let's get into it. How are you liking it so far? Did you find anything that you're not like too keen on or anything like that?
Um, so far I haven't had a complaint yet
Hmm.
that I can think of at all. Unless I already told you and you're like, really?
No,
Don't you
I can't.
remember?
No, I can't. I don't remember you saying anything bad about it. All I remember you saying is, "Man, this thing's awesome," and you cursed about the snow and wishing that it wasn't snowy out. But other than that, like you've been. I heard some people were having issues. Do you know anything about that? Like, did you hear anything about issues with them?
No, I saw one person in the group in RC Guy Garage group, and I was like, and I hit the wall once, I hit
Mm.
the sidewalk once, and I hit the trailer once, and I did not break anything. And everybody's like, "Oh, the hubs break so easy," and I'm like, "I haven't
Yeah,
broke
that's
one
what they
yet."
were talking about.
Yep.
Yeah,
And how do you break all four hubs? If you break one hub, wouldn't you be done? Where are you going to get
yeah,
the other ones from? You know what I mean? I think some
yeah.
people are making stuff up, but
I can see that for sure. The only issue I ever had with mine was me sending it like it did and just tweaking the rear of the chassis. So
Mhm.
tomorrow I'm gonna take the rear bulkhead off and straighten the chassis back out because my body posts don't line up in the back anymore. So other than that, but what I was doing to it was not meant for what it was doing. So I really can't complain. Thing's a beast. So that has a 32 on it, right? Stock.
Yep.
And besides the pipe, you think it's has enough to get up and go for that size?
Oh yeah. Yeah, like in the snow, snow really robs power, and
Yeah,
this thing is just oh, I can't believe how much power it has. I cannot wait for summertime. Like I'm
really.
telling you.
That's going to be fantastic. What kind of pipe were you thinking about doing?
Um I'm gonna have to do a little research to see. I might build something myself. It all depends. Like if I'm sure we'll get our measuring tapes out and measure our pipes and see whose is bigger. Uh, no, to see if like the old DBXL pipe will fit in there. And
Yeah,
if it won't, I'll just make one. I'm not afraid to cut one apart and weld it back together and make
see,
it
that's
fit
why
in
you
there.
guys need to go check out Gus, man. He's called Gus's Custom Creations for a reason, man. He'll make it work. What's up, Alan? How you doing, buddy?
The only
I'm just
issue I think will be it's probably like I've made lots of dirt bike pipes, but I think this will probably be a little thinner than like the tin on a dirt bike pipe.
yeah. So I'm taking these tires off because I want to see how badly bent my rear is. But if like a Bartolone pipe or whatever would fit it, would you just go that route?
Yeah. Yeah, because I know theirs are pretty good. Their 32 is good. I've seen a lot of guys running those on their drag cars with the smaller motor like that, and they work really good.
Yeah. Wow.
Issues?
Yeah, dude. Like, yeah, she's up there ways. Damn.
Yeah,
That's
I told you in that video, I was like, holy crap, you really bent the back of it. And you're like, it didn't look that bad.
yeah, it didn't look that bad, but now that I'm seeing it and like feeling it, like these I don't know how these screw heads held on because I have the aluminum chassis brace there, and it literally bent in the front of the chassis brace and bent up. And they're like poking out. So yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna pull off this bulkhead and bend it back. Because if you guys didn't know, that one of these chassis is like $170. So
Yeah, definitely not cheap.
so I don't think I'm gonna keep launching it like I did that day. I just want to see what would happen. And honestly, I don't know how the plug didn't get broken into the head when I took that upside down landing. All right, so yours is on the table, right? What's your internals look like compared to this? Because I know the battery box is different. Gus?
My computer's having issues here.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was putting this on here so I can see the chat because for some reason my chat wasn't going.
No, that's fine.
There we go. Oh,
I
now
wasn't sure if you.
and now I get my phone on and all of a sudden my computer starts working. I don't know if my computer is having a.
Yeah. Guy on the Moose, what's up, buddy? We're just about to compare the old DBXL.
Well, what I'll do here, I'll open her up.
Yeah, I'm curious to see like a
Oh,
view because when there's no pins, yeah. So that's your one complaint I remember. The body is a bear.
yes,
You
that was
said.
the only complaint. Is I guess I get it because a lot of like on their on the fire team, they put those pins in there, and the reason they do that is it helps with like the roll cage and stuff. It actually helps strengthen your chassis.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it. I mean, I get it, but it sucks. How many times do you think I put these 6 pins in on the side?
You took them out once and never put them back.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
I
think
did the same.
it's
I
like
thought about cutting them.
yeah, it's like it's so hard to like pull that thing out and then squeeze it over and put it back on.
Dude,
It's like it's not coming off.
it's even harder on mine with the air cleaner on the side here that sticks out.
I bet.
So I like smush it down, but I still have to pull that body out like a ways to put it on. It is a bear, dude.
Let me see. I don't have a good position to put my. Wish my one light wasn't burnt out.
Here, I'm gonna make you bigger for a second.
Maybe I'll have to move my light bulb so you can see a little better. I'll try that once.
You had a dip, dude? Got a moose. You gotta go get some, dude. Cheers if you guys can.
Okay, so evidently.
Oh, there you go. That's actually it shows up pretty good now.
My cord's not long enough.
You're good.
Yeah, it's got that side filter, and I'm not a huge fan of those, but I get it.
Mm-hmm.
It is good though for torque. Like I can tell it is pretty torquey. But at the same time, I don't think it's geared very high. I'm gonna say 40 is about tops probably on it.
Okay. But you say it has that low end grunt.
Yep. But it's just.
Your throttle and brakes are different. Oh, you froze.
Yep, I think I just unplugged my camera.
Oh, yeah. Gas unplugged, so we're gonna go back to this. I'll be right back. He's will plug it in. Well, from what I was seeing earlier too, this is where the battery box is on the original one that I have. I think Gus's is back here, which I actually like because the throttle and brake linkage is right here, and like to get a battery in and out of this is a bear, dude, super bad. And then we got the header that wraps around, so like when it's hot and you have to get in there or whatever, it's a pain, like an absolute pain. What's up, Scott? How you doing, buddy? Just like a weird layout when you go to work on the truck. All right, Gus will be back. But yeah, it's just like it's just pain to get in here. The new one looks like it has a new location back here, which actually makes a lot of sense. I'm glad they changed that. What's up, Alan? How you doing, buddy? Gus is having some technical difficulties. He'll be back though. Gus, I'm gonna get you out of here because it says that you have devices not connected. I don't know if you can hear me. So I'm gonna get you out of here real quick and then just rejoin. But yeah, so the new one that Gus has a 32. This is only a 23, which I think is an awesome thing. It needs to have a 32 in it, for sure. That's why I got with this Barlow pipe because this is good to up to a 32cc engine. So we're going to acquire one of those because I don't want to go too much bigger in this. The new one does have new diff cups, which I think I end up getting because I'm so tired of losing pins with these. I actually wrapped them in electrical tape super tight so they don't come undone anymore, which helps, but I'm going to upgrade those. I'm curious to see how thick his chassis is. Wait, there he is. When he gets back. There you are, buddy.
Yep. Okay, no more moving the camera around.
I got you. I'm going to blow you back up. Boom.
Okay, what was the question we were talking about before I unplugged my camera?
It looked like your throttle linkages and brake linkages look different than mine. Mine's just like this straight. Like, where's your throttle servo at?
Mine is actually sitting this way.
Oh, really? Yeah, mine's this.
And then it pushes it because these have a new differential compared to yours. They updated the differential and the mount.
Okay.
So that way the brakes go here for your front and rear brake. They actually come this way onto the servo, and then so your horn goes this way, and then your throttle linkage goes this way.
Okay. Yeah. No, I can. That's something I noticed right away. And your battery box, mine's. Hold on, let me get back on camera. My battery box is right here, right underneath this header here, and my straight linkage for my throttle and brake is right above it. So even without this pipe here, it's a bear to get this cover off. Like, I'll blow myself up real quick. This right here, this is where my battery goes. This is the throttle and brake linkage. So even when there's no exhaust here, it's a bear to get on and off.
Yeah, like basically what they did was I'm gonna have to stand up or something so I can kind of show, because I can't move my camera again because that's gonna cause issues.
Yeah, no problem.
Let's see if I can show you guys here. Yeah, without breaking and stuff. I can kind of see it. Yeah, see here's your battery box, and then your servo sits this way. Your linkage is going this way.
Yeah, see, I like that setup way more. And even with the exhaust, Gus, my exhaust sits so high back there, like it wouldn't cause an issue at all.
That's what I was thinking. So I'm hoping it'll fit. The main thing is I don't know because it's a different chassis. Like this is actually, but I don't know how much is the same between this and like the DBXLE. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I've never really researched it, and I know a lot of the parts are similar, but then sometimes it's like, well, this works, but you have to change this and this and this and this to make it work. You know?
Because even like you don't know if the engine's even like a little more forward or back. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. That's, they might have changed the. Supposedly the tank is bigger, supposed to be bigger, but I was looking at yours and it doesn't look any bigger to me.
I actually might have the manual to tell you exactly how big it is.
Does yours sit over top of your steering rack and everything?
Yeah, actually, it's like molded around it.
No, like is it over top or is it like even as far as like the top of it?
Just like a smidge taller, but not by much at all.
Okay, because mine is maybe a half-inch taller.
Yeah, I'm not a half-inch taller, so that's probably where they're saying it's a bigger tank.
And it looks like your gas cap kind of leans to the side too.
Yeah, it tilts to the driver's side a little bit.
Yeah, because this one here, it's like straight,
Really?
straight up. Yep.
I kind of like it kicked to the side a little bit. Just has that little angle to get like the nozzle in there and stuff when you're filling. 800cc. South Latitude, how you doing, man? Shade Tree, what's up, buddy? It won't fit the new one, Alan said. Why is that, Alan? If you change the servo horn, the pipe will work. That's what Scott just said. If you change the servo horn, the pipe will work. Because it all depends on how you're. Like I said, I wish we were neighbors because looking at these together, like in the same area, would be like night and day better. You know what I mean? You got good news, Chef? What's that?
can.
Here, I'll blow myself up if you need to see a little better.
I could see that because that would come out. And let me see here. I'm looking at yours is backwards. Your front is
Here,
this way. So it would end up being sitting right on top of my servo.
Yeah. But you think just a servo horn swap would fix that?
It would probably lower my brake thing down a little bit, so it would put it at kind of an odd angle, but I don't think that would really cause any issues.
Brains and brakes to slow you down anyway, you know?
Yep.
It's Jump Heat. What's up, man? You ordered your first nitro. Dude, that's awesome, Shade Tree. Congratulations. What's you order, man? Oh, I got something coming tomorrow, too, and I'm super pumped. There's going to be an unboxing tomorrow and maybe a live stream. But for sure an unboxing, depending when it comes in.
I figured it out finally.
What?
My computer keeps messing up. I had my stuff sitting on top of the keyboard.
Oh, so it's hitting the keys.
Yeah. I was like, why does it keep like...
Jump Heap, Jump Heat, how you doing, man? I don't think I've ever seen you here, Jump Heap. If I have, it's only been like once or twice. Slayer Pro and 2 gallons of Bones Brew. Yeah, that's awesome. I want a Slayer Pro. That's the one nitro I don't have, like RTR wise. And the main thing is, Hitcher, I know you're not stupid or anything, but break it in. It's all about the break in. And once it's broken in, dude, it's going to last you a long time.
Yeah, I overdid the break-in on mine. Like they basically said, run it easy for one tank and then drive it how you want after that.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? And I was like, no. I
it was
ran
the same thing with this. Yeah.
Yeah, I ran it one entire tank, which was 2 heat cycles. Because I usually run 2 heat cycles of about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then after that, because this tank is huge, I literally get, even in the snow, almost 40 minutes out of a tank.
Yeah, dude, this tank lasts a long time too, and it's not obviously you have the bigger tank now, but it lasts a real long time.
Yeah, it's like me and my son were driving, and I was like, he's like, when is this gonna run out of gas? And then I looked, and I was like, we still have half a tank left. And he's like,
dude.
What?
And that's crazy too, because that's a 32.
Yep.
I only have 23, so that's pretty sick. Sorry, Jump Heave. I do remember that now. I have said that multiple times. My bad, dude. With a heat wrench, you can make anything fit, guys.
Yes, you can.
I figured I'd get my feet wet with the RTR, then see how I like it. Yeah, dude, just you don't get too frustrated. Like I get frustrated. I almost threw the new Savage across the shed when it wouldn't start. So just deal with it, bear with it. Follow the Traxxas break-in. Actually, I'm a big fan of. Um, just follow their break-in to a T, and just make sure your temps stay good, and it'll be broken in no time, dude.
I actually overdo their break-in.
Yeah.
I usually do heat cycles before I do their break-in.
Yeah, I've done that too.
Just because I like the heat cycle because for me it's too hard when you first get out there to just play with the throttle. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I would rather let it idle and then, because it's basically the same thing. And then so it's basically you do the heat cycles and then you kind of continue on. So it's kind of already had that initial wear,
Warm up. Yeah.
before, because otherwise you get too antsy and you start, ooh, ooh, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
once in a
Getting
while.
it.
And when you first start it, them things are so tight, you just can't do that. I mean,
No.
a gas I can see because, it's just like a weed eater. You can go to the thing, go to Walmart, buy a weed eater, boom, wide open all day long. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Whole different animal.
And I
Come
mean,
on, listen.
granted, weed eaters are set rich from factory, so you can't over rev it. But at the same time, I mean, it's not like it's running at low RPM either.
Yeah. But and another thing is if you're going to do heat cycles, which you do anyway with Traxxas, you do like quarter throttle and then let it cool down. Um, make sure your piston's at the bottom of the stroke, because if it's at the top and it pinches, it's gonna be a bear, dude, to get
Yep.
loose. So
Yep.
make sure it's at the bottom when you turn it off, and it's a good habit just to do it all the time. Like when you're done running, just make sure it's at bottom dead center. So I should heat it up before I start it. Yeah, for the first time, I like the break-in I did with the Savage. I heat it up with a heat gun to like 220, and then
You,
I'll fire it up.
honestly, I would say it probably doesn't make a difference. But one thing I would say makes a difference, like when I used to do that, it like with my race truckies and stuff,
Hmm.
they start way easier when it's brand new. I will tell you that right out. Like you don't get that stickiness as bad as like if you don't heat them up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I mean, it probably does make a difference, but I mean, I would say even if just heating it up just makes it easier to get it started. I mean, it's worth it. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, for sure. Um, and I recommend Shade Tree. It's coming with an easy start. Get an extra nickel metal hydride pack for that, because if you have a hard time starting it and you're using that starter a lot, that battery's going to die and you're going to not be able to start it.
Yep.
So I whenever I bring my Revo out that has the easy start on it, I bring like 2 or 3 nickel metal hydride packs with me just in case, because I can't tell you how many times I'd finally get it started and about to tune it and it dies and then the battery's dead. I can't work on it anymore.
Yep.
And nickel metal hydride packs are cheap as crap right now. Like you can get them
Yeah.
for next to nothing.
Yeah. I got a extra one for mine. I think it was like $16. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Same thing with the Savage, the Nitro Star. I bring like 2 or 3 nickel metal hydrides with me just in case, man.
yeah, you have to.
How long you reckon 2 gallons of fuel will last? Roughly depends on how much you run it, dude. How many tanks of fuel you go through a day. Um, that's all gonna vary, dude. You're gonna have to just figure that out on your own. Because I can go through a gallon of fuel in a day if I'm having good luck with it and nothing broke. I can just keep running.
Yeah, I was
So
like, I burnt through two quarts in the break-in and 5 runs.
yeah, I went through a quart
Or
A
is that
little over a quart for.
4 runs?
I went a little over a quart for break-in, and then
Yep, me too.
and then just messing around with a little bit of tuning. So next time I go out, I'll probably go through 2 quarts.
Yep. That's about right. Usually it's like the break in, and then the first couple runs, usually about 2 quarts. And then usually if you go out and run, you're probably going to run at least 4 tanks through it. That's me anyway.
Yeah. Don't bother pull start
depending
number.
on
No. Guy on moose, dude. No. Especially the Traxxas one. It tells you when you, especially for newbies, it tells you when your glow plug's bad. It tells you if like your battery's dead. Like, just use it. I'm a big fan of it. The only pull starts I like are 2-stroke ones because it's a big enough handle. It's not going to eat me up. I can just boom, 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 keep pulling. The little handles on those little nitro starts, dude, I hate them. I hate them. And like, if you're not going to run a backplate and a bump box, I'd rather have an electric start all day.
And the cord doesn't break all the time. And
or if you overpull it, you have to take it apart and retract it. It's just too much, man.
Yeah,
Bothers me. Force Hobbies, what's up, buddy? No way, I'm lazy. I want the feature and be able to do it from the radio. Yeah, you'd have to do some finagling to make it work from your radio. It's possible, but there's some other things you have to get to do it. Bob's RC, what's up, man? So how do you like those tires, Gus? Because I need new tires for mine. I was thinking about getting those.
I would say they're probably okay in most terrains in the summer, but I don't think for you in the sand they would do very well.
No.
But at the same time, they do pretty good in the snow. And if they do good in the snow, they have to do good in the sand. And these are like a BF Goodrich, I think.
Yeah, that's what they look like. I was about to say.
Oh, Maxxis. They look like a BF Goodrich, but they're not. They're the Maxxis.
Okay.
Which is, I mean, they're real similar, but, and I know BF Goodrich are pretty good in the sand. So, but the biggest thing is this, I don't know. I wish it was summertime and I could go over here in the pit and I could be like, oh yeah, they're not so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, my pit is only as big as my room here, but I could be like, yeah, they have pretty good traction in there.
Well, yeah, it's enough to play, dude. That's all you need, really. If you like the Slayer Pro, you're gonna get a Revo. The Slayer Pro and the Revo are pretty much the same truck.
Yeah.
Same chassis, same suspension, different arm lengths, different body, and that's it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Basically, like the difference. Well, not quite, but like a short course or monster truck. They basically narrow it up.
And tires, obviously.
Well, yeah.
I was thinking about converting one of my Revos to a Slayer, but then I was like, you know what? I'd rather just get a brand new Slayer just because it's new.
Yep.
If I get the Slash Nitro and Slash 4x4, I'll have all the Traxxas S short course trucks. Hell yeah, dude. Cool rig, Gus. I'll check back later, guys. All right, KGM. KGM, if you want to join later, I'll send you a link. Let me know. Shoot me a text.
Oh, something did happen. This is like the first time. This is like complete break-in in like four runs. Both of my rear links come loose.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, hey, Earl, you see that thing on Gus's counter? That must be like a Lowe's employee that they sent to him, you know, because they're not releasing a new DBXL, right, Gus? Right, Earl?
And I even got the same color as the picture.
You have a Slayer Pro. It's fun. Yeah, dude. I would like to get one day. You have a Slayer Pro, the Slash Ultimate, and a Slash 2-wheel drive. Yeah, I never owned a Slash, and people like yell at me all the time for not ever having one. Addicted, what's up, buddy?
Be honest, I've had a couple, and I don't care for them. People can yell at me all they want, but I don't care for them.
Really?
Nope. I had some, and then I switched to the old low C SCTE. I think it was the
Oh
version
yeah, yeah, yeah.
1, and this was back in like 2012 or something like that. And it was the best truck I've ever had. And I was like,
Really?
I'd never drive another Traxxas short course truck ever.
Hmm.
And that's what the 22S is based off of. It's kind of like, and the DBXL, they're all based off of it. And that's why everybody's like, oh, this thing handles so awesome. It's like, you're damn straight it does.
Yeah, dude, this thing handles great. I love mine. Like I
Yep.
love my DBXL. It is a blast to drive. Um,
Yep.
I would like more power because I still have the 23 from the original. Uh, but that's why like part of me wants to get the new 2.0, but then part of me just wants to convert this to a 2.0 slowly. You know what I mean? Um, like I'll get the chassis, put it off to the side, straighten this one out, get the battery box because I already have the aluminum diff housings, diff cups. I have the like I have upgrades on this that would be great on the 2.0. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And just slowly convert it to that. I do like the hinge system on your body. It does suck. It still has the six pins on the side. I didn't think it had that.
Yeah, that is
Excuse me.
kind of, at least I don't have these two you have in the back.
Yeah. Well, I got four in the back.
Oh, you got 4 in the back.
Yeah, these are the ones that won't line up because I tweaked the rear end, so they're pitched forward quite a bit. Um, but yeah, I got four in the back, two up front, and then six on the sides. This body is the hardest body I've ever put on any RC.
I
To the
would
point where
agree.
like sometimes I don't even want to like if the body's not on it, I'm like I don't want to run it right now because I don't want to put the body on.
Okay. I would say it's the hardest body I've ever taken off or put on that uses body clips. I've had some that are screwed on, and those are of course harder,
Oh yeah,
but I would say as far as that uses body clips, it's like you might as well just screw it on. It's
yeah,
it's almost as hard.
yeah, 100%. Like it is a bear, man. But that's literally my biggest complaint on the DBXL platform is just the body getting it on and off. I'm really debating just cutting these six pins off the side and just running it like with the six there at the top because there's literally two, four, six. Yeah, there's literally 12 body clips on mine.
At least I only have 8.
Yeah, I got six on the top and six on the sides.
Arma has a wanted poster of you, huh, Earl? I'd say it's more than Arma. It's probably like everybody but Traxxas, maybe.
Right. Force Hobbies, you take it easy, but I appreciate you being here, stopping in at
See you
work,
later,
buddy.
Force.
Agree more so when locking it up back then. Force. Yeah. So tomorrow I do have something coming in. I'm pumped about. Some of you guys might know, some of you guys might not, but you'll see tomorrow.
This guy does.
Yes, you do. But other than that, the diff cups are different, right? Do you have dust boots on yours?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know how big your shocks are? Because they look pretty diesel from here, but these, like taking this shock boot off, mine are pretty big too. Let me get my.
I'm gonna measure the bottom here. What is that? 30. It's right about 31 millimeters on the outside of my comparison.
Yeah, it's the same 31.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. I think what it is I think the chrome makes them look bigger.
Yeah, I'm not much on like yellow trucks, but that yellow version of that is sick. I really do like the yellow.
Yeah, I do too. And I was gonna get it, but I was like,
You just want to prove Earl wrong and be like, look, this is legit.
no, Actually, right now I probably no. Actually, I only have like one black one right now.
Hmm.
So, two black ones. So, I'm not doing too bad right now. I tend to overdo it on like yellow ones, and I was looking and I was like, actually, I have like no yellow ones like right now, not even any orange ones. So maybe I should have got the yellow one because a lot of times I run yellow, orange, and green
Oh yeah.
or
If we
purple.
were to post there on YouTube, if I take care of it, how long will the 3.3 engine last? It'll last a long time, dude. I have my original 2.5 that's definitely worn out. Doesn't produce the same amount of power it used to. It still runs. Um, so honestly, if you're not going to run it for a while, make sure there's no fuel left in it. Couple drops. I like 3-in-1. You can get after run oil, whatever, but I use 3-in-1. Uh, put your easy start in, move the piston up and down a little bit, just get that 3-in-1 everywhere. Make sure the piston's at the bottom. Put the glow plug back in, and should be good, dude. Like they're resilient little engines, dude.
Yes, they are.
Like I had my Revo 2.5 sat in my basement with fuel in it for maybe 3 years. Took the engine apart, sprayed it out with brake clean, put it back together, fired up. Blew my mind.
Yep.
Like, because not your fuel when it dries, Gus, it gets like sticky. It's like
Yep.
it's horrible.
Yeah. A lot of times what I do is I'll get some 100% pure grain oil. Like sometimes you can't even get stuff to come apart. Like I used to like restore like old Cox engines and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And you actually fill them up with like pure grain oil, like basically moonshine, and you fill them up, and the alcohol or grain alcohol is what I meant to say,
Yeah,
and
I
then
got you.
it actually it like absorbs all that oil and it like comes together and also it comes apart. That's the best thing to use on them when they get super stuck like that is the grain alcohol.
Yeah, I can see that, but I don't have that near me, so I use a buttload of brake clean when that happens.
You can actually get it from what do you call it? The pharmacy and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Chef, I tried to call you after your live the other day. I had to take off quickly. I had an emergency come up at my shop where I keep my pool equipment. Damn, punk kids. Dude, that sucks. Yeah, I seen the missed call, but dude, I was heading to bed when I seen that you called. Like later, and I just forgot to text you. My bad, dude. I have Earl Safe in my YouTube relocation program.
I
Big name
don't
influencer book club.
I don't know about that. The you had like people shooting through your house like what was that last year for no
Yeah,
reason at all?
your neighbor by mistake. That was crazy.
I don't know how safe it is at your house.
How you doing, guy? I'm glad you stopped in, buddy. It sucks I couldn't meet up with you when I was in Massachusetts, man. Yeah, Earl has a super clean Jado too.
Yes, he does.
His Jado's nice. He actually did a video a few months back. He fired it up and got it out. Go check it out. It's pretty sweet. I didn't get my Jado out. It's just been sitting here. Two fives are better than 3.3s in your opinion. Yeah, I've seen multiple people say that, but I've had both, and I haven't had an issue with either. So, but
Kevlar
like I said,
siding.
yeah, everybody has that. Everybody has like different like experiences with them. I've just had good luck with them in general.
Kevlar siding and steel sheetrock.
Right. You miss your Revo 3.3 and your T Max. Yeah, dude, they're great trucks for RTRs for sure. I spray them down clean and throw them in the front of the floor fan. Yeah, dude. Nitro is a little more, like I said, you're gonna have a little more headaches. You're gonna have to tune. You're gonna have to maintain if you want to keep it nice. But I just think that's
That's
part
the
of the
fun.
hobby.
Yep,
Yeah, like
that's the fun.
for me, I like doing that stuff. So does Gus. It's just I think some of the electrics take some of the hobby out of the hobby. Um, you're losing that like tuning. You're losing that itch that I like to get. Like that's why I like 2-strokes too. You got to tune. They're not as high maintenance as a nitro,
Yeah,
in my opinion. But
it's it's that like if you're a car guy, but you can't afford to be building like Camaros or Mustangs in your
Yep.
garage, you do this. I mean, and if it was that easy, it's no fun. You want to have to work on it. That's why you do it. You know, it's not if otherwise you just buy a new car. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's,
absolutely.
or in this, you would buy an electric. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
And
want
don't
to
get
be
me
able to
wrong.
tinker and not that
It,
there's anything wrong. It's just different strokes
no.
for different folks. You know.
And it's just like working on a full size car too, because you're gonna get those days where you start MFing the crap out of it, and you're like, this thing's a piece of junk, and you just throw it, and then you come back like a week later, and it works because you took your time and did it. So it's gonna get frustrating, like 100%.
And then the next week it's sleeping on the pillow next to you, and you're like
Yeah.
watching Netflix.
Yep. Actually, you should be able to just cover up the carburetor, especially where your air cleaner is, with a plastic bag so no water gets in your engine. Make sure your glove plugs in. I would just cover your entire engine with a bag, and if your electronics are waterproof, you'll be fine. Just to
All right,
clean it up.
I gotta run to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
All right, buddy. No, you're good, Shay. It's no problem. Leather canoe on the side of the house. I throw it on the shelf if I get mad and it got too many RCs for that. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it'll be, and like I can help you, like I say all the time, I'm not an expert, but Gus is always around to help and stuff. So there's definitely people out there you can reach out to and get some help and pointers. Get yourself a heat gun. I mean a temp gun if you don't have one. Especially for break-in, you just want to make sure those temps stay around like two. I like to keep it around 220, 230 for break-in. Um, and then when I don't really tune to temp, I tune to like hear it and stuff. But a good rule of thumb is you really don't want to get above 230. Um, so that's just a little bit of stuff I do. So that's what I was thinking. Maybe get like a large rubber band to go around the back. Yeah, honestly, just cover up the engine, like the entire thing. The main thing is make sure your filter is covered, the engine is covered with a bag, and you're good to go, man. As long as your electronics are there. Obviously, don't get nothing inside the exhaust pipe. So if you're scared, wrap a bag around the end of your exhaust, and you're good to go. Yeah, guys, if you're digging this, definitely hit the thumbs up. It's gonna help. Again, this is Beards Beer and RC. So the main thing is me and Gus are just talking about the new DBXL versus this one. Um, talking about nitros, talking about whatever you guys want. But it's kind of like a weekly or bi-weekly show that I'm gonna try to keep doing. So this is episode 2. Gus is going to be a recurring guy on here, but we'll also get Addicted in here. We'll get Guy in here sometimes if he's not too busy or too big. You know, he was big guys. And then what's it called? We'll get all kinds of people in here. That canoe, my bunker, no one suspects I'm under it. That's hysterical. I'll have to grow my beard to join the show. No, dude, just get one of those really big fake ones. That'd be awesome. We had KGM in here, and he only has a mustache sometimes. So actually, I think he might have texted me. 1 second. He did not. Burnsy though, Facebook Marketplace always sending me stuff to buy. Again, if you guys are just joining, I do have a new toy showing up tomorrow. I'm so excited. Um, you guys will see an unboxing for sure tomorrow. I don't know. I might do a live depending what time it comes in. But either way, it's going to get an unboxing video.
Don't want you to talk to me. Or actually answer. I just want to stick a card on the door and get paid my hourly wage.
Think Cardi as hell from Friday. Yeah. This thing is dirty as crap, dude. I need to get this out nose down. Did you just bite your microphone? Jesus.
What?
I heard like it sounded like you were punching it. Like
I whacked it on my glasses.
Mullet beard. Yeah, dude. Nothing wrong with that. So
A mullet
I
beard.
yeah.
What the
So
heck
for
is a
you,
mullet beard?
so for you to run the exhaust, you would have to do something about your servo horn.
I believe so. I think it would be fine on the throttle side, but I wish I could bring my camera over here, but I don't want to plug it again.
You want me to hold mine up closer so you can see it? No, I'm serious. I can bring my camera down. It's on an arm.
No, what I'm saying is I want to show you what I see here. It's like
Hmm.
on top of the servo.
Here,
Maybe
I'll
I
blow
can
you
get
up a little bit.
maybe if I can get it up here. But if you look how high that
Oh
brake thing
yeah,
sits up there,
yeah, that is up there.
and that's where I think the servo horn is going to come in.
Yeah, that's up there a ways compared to mine.
Yeah, I think that's going to cause an issue, which is fine. It's like, and that's why I was thinking about maybe buying a couple of the cheaper pipes and just like weld them together and calling it a day. But
Yeah, at least you don't have this stupid throttle setup that I do on this thing. Like, you remember that issue I had when that screw fell out and like I lost all throttle, or like I wasn't returning all the way? It was like a little plastic L shape, and it would either flex or not return, and it was the biggest issue. DDM sells an aluminum version of that. I had to buy because that plastic piece was not good.
was it like a
Um,
belt crank or something?
yeah, it's exactly what it is. It connects to the arm that comes off the carb, and connects to a servo this way with an arm. So like that piece right there is like the bane of everybody's existence that has this version. They all have issues with it. And the person that told me to get this piece was Foundry, because he's a huge two-stroke guy.
Yep.
He's like, DDM sells a part in aluminum for that. He goes, get it. It's night and day different. It has a little bearing in it. It's perfect. And once I did that, I had no issues after that. Gas Lizzie with a flip out body. Yes, sir. It still has 6 pins on either side and 2 in the front, but you love your cheap Lizzie 5 TV2. Yeah, you're lucky. What you doing, guys? What you thinking? Want me to blow it up?
No, I was just like, yeah, it's definitely any other servo horn. And no matter what you do, in order to get that to clear, it's going to have to go uphill. And I mean, it's fine because the brakes only pull, so it's not really a huge problem. But
Yeah. South Latitude said the DDM Dominator pipe works great on the new DBXL.
oh yeah, I'll have to check that one out because I can see the one that you have there. It looks like I swear that'll hit the way your head pipe comes out.
Oh, the servo? Yeah, I think it will. Depending how far forward that servo is, though, because it does come out like out here and comes across. So I don't know exactly where that servo sits, but if it's like within like right here, it's gonna hit this, no doubt in my mind, because I can barely get my finger in there right now.
Yeah, because basically it is maybe the center of this, like the screw in the center of that holds both of these arms on is about half-inch in front of the clutch bell. So it'll either be really freaking close or it's going to hit.
Yeah,
But the throttle side is raised too. I mean, it's not as bad, but I mean, I could always just take that piece and bend it up right in that corner too. I guess that probably wouldn't hurt anything. There's nothing right there. Maybe that'd probably even be a better idea.
yeah. Shade Tree, what we were talking about for your first start, we recommended heating it up, just to make it easier for you to start it. Honestly, I don't really preheat after that. After breaking it and it's tuned and stuff, it's a like a lot of people lose their minds, but like I'm gonna fire it up. I'm not leaving it outside in the snow and trying to start it. It sits in my truck when it's cold. By the time I get there, yeah, it's not 100 or whatever. but it's enough to start it. But we recommended, like, for break-in, heating it up a little bit, because it's gonna be super tight. So
Yeah. Yeah, at least for break-in, it just even if it like there's definitely an argument between if it makes a difference or not, but it does help with starting it. I mean,
mhm,
even if it helps you start it, it's worth
yeah,
extra. I didn't because on my Revo because I didn't have a heat gun anymore, so I just started the old way. And I'll tell you what, I've never had a harder time starting a nitro in my life.
yeah. Especially because you gotta think of it this way, Shade Tree. Like, there's no what is it? A ring on the piston.
Yep,
It's just a pinch. All
yep,
right. So that thing is super tight from the factory. So you got to work that in. So the more, if you can just expand that middle just a little bit to help I'm telling you, if you get a nitro and you don't do that and you try to start it, they can stop at the top of the stroke, and you're dropping oil in there to try to bang them down, or you're heating it up to try to loosen it up. They're a bear if that happens. So
yeah.
it
I
just,
usually take the screwdriver and I stick it in the flywheel, go down
yeah.
there, or on the spur gear to get it to break loose. And it usually works best.
when when I was breaking in my first original Revo 2.5, and we're doing it during the winter. It was the first like hobby grade RC I had. So my old man was with me. I didn't even have a driver's license yet, and we're we were breaking it in, and like we didn't think about the piston being at the top, and it seized, like pinched it hard, and we could not get it loose, and we had no oil with us or nothing. So my old man uh, went to opened up the hood of his truck and took out the the stick for for the tranny. So he put a couple drops of tranny fluid in there just to loosen it up a little bit and pop
Yeah,
it loose. And dude, to this day, that engine still works. So, but I learned that the hard way. Guru has been a big help as well. Hell yeah, dude. You're gonna run into some people that are jerks, and I don't understand why, especially with like nitro or even just electric. You want people in the hobby to keep it alive, and like if you're not willing to help or at least point them in the right direction, like get out of the hobby, man. Like don't make videos. You know what I mean? Like it's just I
yeah.
don't get
You're
people
supposed
like
to
that.
be. You're doing this to share the experience, like especially in RC, because a lot of people like me um, don't have other people in the area. So the only way for us to get out there and meet other people with the same ideas and interests is to do it this way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like and like I said, if you meet people like that, just go somewhere else, dude. There's plenty of people out there
Yep.
willing to help. I've been watching Bo Gel. Yeah, I like him, dude. And JQ. I'm not sure JQ.
Who?
JQ, he said. I'm gonna mark my flywheel at bottom. Yeah, that's what I do. I put just a little Sharpie mark on there, and it's just easy for you, man. I'm an asshole too. They better watch how they come at me. Yeah, dude. Me too. Don't worry. Influencers should be honest. Yeah, yeah, Earl. I beamed them with the Typhon 6S at about 60. JQ Racing. Okay, but what else is different with these things besides the engine? Says the diff cups.
The
Oh,
diff housings are the same as the DBXLE version 2 or the DBXLE 2.0 version 2. Like this actually has the same everything is basically what this is. Like the axles, everything did change the chassis so everything fits so you can put the motor in and all that.
yeah,
Um, but otherwise it would be like guys has the old axles on it yet, even though his is a 2.0, but this is the version 2 parts, which does have the upgraded axles with the spring clips in there that actually hold the pins in, so you don't have to worry about your pins coming out.
yeah. That's like my biggest thing. Like
Yep.
I want to get that because I'm tired of looking at. I just wrap electrical tape around these really tight, and I stop losing pins, but it just looks trashy, you know.
Hmm.
But it works for sure.
Yeah, what I used to do is I would go to I can't remember what they're called. They were like, I can't remember if it was like small engine stuff or an exhaust or something, but they had these really small like expanders for expanding exhaust. You know how when you get an exhaust, like one end will be like they stretch it out.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
They can actually go in there and be like, okay, I need my exhaust this big, and then you can whatever. But they have some for like small pipes, like all the way down, I think 10 millimeters, something like that.
Hmm.
Uh, Fittings on like little diesel engines and stuff. So what I had them do on my one on my they put the I had them just measure it. They kind of and just made a little disc. I think it was maybe 1/4 inch thick, stuck around there.
That's awesome. I came from the Call of Duty Modern Warfare days. I know, dude. That was like I don't know, dude. The original Xbox Live when that first came out for like
Yeah.
the first week, everybody that was on it was like, "Oh, hey, dude, what's up?" Blah blah. Blah. And then we realized you can say whatever you want, and then it just got out of control. Like that was bad.
Yes. Even now, sometimes
Yeah,
I
I
I,
mute
I'll,
everybody.
I sit there and my son will sit there and he'll turn it on and I'll be like, really?
Yeah,
And he's
yeah,
like, it's funny. I was like,
yeah,
sometimes. But a lot of times it's like these little 11-year-olds sitting there and effing,
yeah, dude. They're so bad. It's like, yeah,
or
where's your
sometimes,
parents at, dude?
and then all of a sudden you'll hear like 37 kids in the background and they're crying
Yeah,
and stuff. And it's just like, oh my God, turn it off.
yeah. I can't deal with that. I just mute it. A portion of them. Yeah, dude. Uh, how thick is that chassis? Do you know?
4 mil.
4 mil. I'm curious to see. I think
That's what
mine's the same.
I think that's what it said on the spec. Let me double check here.
Yeah, mine's 4 mil.
Yep.
I'm mad too. I almost bought a backup chassis for this from DDM. DDM used to have a red chassis for the DBXL 2-stroke, um, but they don't have it anymore. So,
Oh, that's no good.
so I think I'm going to end up getting a spare chassis for this just to keep around because once you bend metal, it's weaker.
Hmm.
Um, and if it happens again, just swap the chassis.
Um, it depends on the kind of metal, but aluminum, yes.
Mm,
Aluminum definitely. Once you bend it, it's done because it puts stress cracks in it, and if you bend it straight, it's gonna snap there.
yeah, but I don't think I'm going to send this like I did before because I already know what happens. It was more of an experiment, so
I
the
think
experiment's done.
I think what it is kind of like mine. Like if I was going to do bashing with it, it definitely needs to be geared up a little bit.
Yeah,
Um, because she doesn't not bring the front end up. Like it's I mean, granted, I'm completely stock yet. I don't have a pipe or anything. And then I know like when I used to do like quads and motocross and stuff, there
take it easy, South
a, a,
Latitude.
a pipe definitely makes a huge difference. So
Oh, dude, night and day. It's crazy. Make it breathe, man. That's why I never like. I almost. What do you think about like the Lozi upgraded pipes? Have you seen those?
no.
Yeah, Lozi had one for the DBXL, the 23cc engine. It was their upgrade pipe for the DBXL. It was cheap too. It was like $80. Um, and it wrapped around like this. Obviously not as like nice, but it apparently got the job done. A lot of people liked them. For the price, they were like, you can't beat it.
Yeah, they were probably decent. I'm gonna guess it was probably I'm gonna say you'll probably get better performance out of an aftermarket, depending. Like you never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah,
As long as it's a good aftermarket. Um, but because those are probably mass produced. But I would say for the price, and if you're not looking for like massive, the perfect, excellent,
Yeah.
the best you can get performance for and you just want a good price, I would say they'd probably be pretty good.
Yeah. Like, so I'm just curious to see if they're actually going to release one for the new one.
I would hope so, because the reason it's amazing how popular this thing is, and I think what it is it's because it's like it's a weed eater. You just make sure your
Yeah.
screws are tight, you put gas in it, you start her up, and away you go. you
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah.
it's easy for people.
Are you going to
Though,
put out? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
though this battery, it kind of drives me nuts, and they really should have included a charger. That would be my other complaint. Would be there should have been a charger included, because it has everything besides gas, but there's no charger.
Yeah,
You know,
that is crappy.
it's like,
Is
how are you
it?
supposed to charge a battery? I mean, and they have their own connector, so I mean, you have to. And I mean, granted, now, and I'm sure there's lots of people who are mad who pre-ordered one of these, and now they have the sale where you can get that new 155 charger for free up until the end of the month. But
If is that smart battery that it comes with? Is it the old version with the
mhm.
balance plugs? It has the balance plugs on it.
Yep.
Okay, that's all I was curious about. I was like, because that'd be really crappy if it was the one that didn't have the balance plugs on it anymore.
Yeah, if you had to buy a G2,
Yeah, I would be super mad. All right, so it does have the balance plug. All right, cool.
yeah,
I actually might buy one of those for mine because I bought a 2-cell lipo for this, and it's too big. But on DDM it says it would have fit, but it doesn't.
yeah, because our boxes actually look, it's almost like they kind of took their CAD software and went flop, because like your little box you have there and everything, it looks like it's almost exactly the same, but they turned it sideways,
Yeah,
and then the battery box looks exactly the same, but they flopped it the other way around.
I did upgrade my cover for my battery box. I put the Killer RC extended tops on it,
Yep.
which doesn't help with the clearance issue with taking it on and off.
Yeah, this one's
But
not very thick.
with the because I have the speaker for my kill switch in the receiver box, the light in the box where the battery goes, and so I needed the room. If I didn't get these and try to put the kill switch in this receiver box, it wouldn't have fit. There was absolutely no way it would have fit without this cover. All right, Eric, you take it easy, buddy. Appreciate you being here. I'll be right back. I'm gonna use the bathroom.
All right.
And I'm gonna leave my earbuds.
So Shade Tree, you're asking if you should trust the settings. Mine was way too rich. My needles were turned way out too far. At first, I couldn't get mine to start. I know a lot of people have different luck, and that's one of those things. So, if you want to guarantee that it's going to work, I would probably just screw them in and back them out just to make sure that they're in the right spot. Because mine were not. I think my one was supposed to be like 4 turns out, and it was like 6 or something like that. And because I couldn't get it to start, it was flooding itself.
I'm back. I had to fire my heater too, so I don't get cold. Dude, it was like almost 70 today, right? And then tomorrow is going to be in the 30s. I was like, what the hell? So it's starting to get cold now.
We got lucky. We were supposed to get like 20 inches of snow in 2 days, and we didn't get none of it. We got like a whole half inch. I'm so happy.
Yeah. What's up, Willie? Welcome, man. How you doing, buddy? First time joining the live. Got the new 2.0 in black. Hell yeah, dude. That's what Guest got. Make sure you go over yours. Mine came with a broken front bumper out of the box. Huh.
Mine was mint.
Gus, you said you noticed something? You had WD-40 in your hand, and you're like, oh, I did mess something up.
I checked all this at first, but I did notice that my link or upper arm, whatever you want to call them, screws did come loose. I don't know.
That's not too bad though.
It's this one. All 4 of them are loose, but that's it. I've been looking through it the whole time we've been talking here, and they were the only ones that I noticed. I figured maybe the shocks would come loose or something, but
yeah,
that's it. And I've run this thing in. I was actually running up and down the road, so inside the chassis here, she's filthy.
Yeah, Matt. Yeah, Gus does have the new 2-stroke Lozy DBXL. Yep. That's all we're doing is because I have the older K&N one. He has the new black one. And then if you don't know Gus, go check him out. He's linked in the description below. He has an unboxing and a first run.
Yeah.
So go check it out. It's pretty sweet. 23 in Texas. Damn, dude.
23?
Ugh.
It's 7 here in Wisconsin. That's not cool. That's like, it should be at least like 40 or so.
Yeah, especially at night. I can see 40 at night.
Yeah.
Jeremy, what's up, man? How you doing, buddy? But yeah, anybody interested in getting one of these? The new 2-stroke? Because I really want the yellow one, like bad. But I did just order something, so I can't get it right now. But
one thing I would say is from the people I've talked to, if you're thinking about between like a 5T or this, everybody I've talked to said that this handles better than a 5T. So if you want something that handles great, everybody says this actually handles better.
Earl, it's a 32 in the new one, which I think is well needed because this 23 is not big enough for this truck.
Yeah, the last version they ran for like 3 months, they actually had a 26 in it.
Yeah, that's what you were saying.
Yeah. And then I saw that one was discontinued, and then I was like, and then when you showed me that picture, I was like, it has to be a new one. Has to be when the new motor was just discontinued, and I was like, really?
Yeah, it's crazy. Just got home, gonna play with some 128 scale drifters. Hell yeah, dude, nice. If I can get this Traxxas to run, I want to build a Nitro Hill climb rig. Yeah, dude, you'll get it running. Don't be crazy. Like, don't sweat it, dude. It's not as hard as you think. Just take your time. 23 sucks on the K&N. Yeah, dude, I agree. It's a turd, but with this exhaust, definitely wakes it up. But that's why I went with this exhaust because it can go from 23 to 32. So I can throw this on a 32 when I get one. I wouldn't go any bigger than a 32 with this just because it's not going to be like my crazy out of control rig. It's just going to be something to be fun. That's what my Kraken's for. The Kraken will get like a worked engine and be just balls to the wall.
I want to get a second one of these. I want to have one that's like fun to just like drive. You know what I mean? Because these things are so fun to drive.
100%.
And then I want one to be like nuts, like a sand rail or something. You know what I mean?
just out of control. Yeah, no, I got you. That makes a lot of sense. I want to, dude. I have a feeling I'll end up with the yellow one at some point. Because the more differences I see when we're showing them both, I don't think it'll be worth me converting this to a 2. Because I think I'd run into more issues than solutions, really, because you saying that the diffs are different,
Yeah.
are I think that'd be my biggest issue because I have the aluminum housings and stuff, so I don't know if that would even line up on that chassis.
I would say if they are the same, like if you can check like part numbers and like if they say they fit the DBXL E 2.0, they would
Uh huh.
fit. So then you could just then you know they would be compatible.
Yeah, that's true. Because maybe I'll go that route. I'll have to do some research. And
Yeah,
figure
because
it out.
that's why I was so confused at first because when this thing first come out, I was looking through the parts list and I was like, some of the stuff is DBXL E 2.0, some of it is like DBXL, and it's like, and they don't tell you, but then if you go on the DBXLE, they'll also list that same part, but they don't tell you. I wish they would say DBXL, DBXLE
Yeah,
instead of
there's no.
just okay, yeah, well, it's on this one, and I get it. People who go shopping, you go look on the page and be like, oh yeah, here's the part I need.
Yeah,
But some of us nerds who like to mix stuff together and whatever,
yeah,
it,
yeah,
it,
yeah.
it'd be nice to know what it fits, so that way you can be like, oh yeah, that'll work on this one.
Exactly. Because I'll run into that issue because that's probably just gonna be the DBXL 2.0 two stroke.
Yep,
So like a year or so down the road, if I need a part, I don't know if it's gonna work. You know what I
yep.
mean? Yeah, you can add me on Facebook. Shade Tree, just be aware I have Facebook just to offend people, so I post really messed up stuff. Earl says he finds that the 5T turns better than his DBXL E. Can I do it? Yeah, and Shade Tree, you just hit me up, and like I said, if I can't help you, I'll hit up Gus and be like, Gus, what's he doing wrong or whatever. Gus is real good. He's my go-to. Like if I have an issue, I go to Gus. You put in the new Taylor 35cc small block with the ohm, uh, yeah, pipe. For Jesus, on silence pipe will be a scary dude. Yeah, I will never own a silence pipe, just because I want my eardrums to rattle when my two strokes start. You can put a 32 in it. You did it, yeah. And the original, yeah. If that's what you're talking about?
Yeah, you're right, Earl. They are interchangeable, but sometimes some of them take like you can use that part, but you also need this part and this part also to change the part. You know what I mean? And that's what I need to look up because I want to see, or me and Chef need to look up to be like, is it worth, am I going to spend $1,000 to upgrade this, or,
Mm-hmm.
and if you're going to spend that much, it's like it don't pay. You might as well just buy one.
Yeah, just buy one already done.
Yep.
And I'm starting to think I might have to go that route because the chassis alone is probably going to be 180, just like this one is. And then I'd have to get the new battery box. I'd have to get the servo mounts because they mount differently. I'd have to get all the linkages. And I don't know. You said the center diff's different.
Yeah, I don't know. It probably mounts the same, I would think, but I know it's different.
Oh, your center dry shafts aren't as crazy of an angle as mine, though, right?
Right. The rear drive shaft is different than what yours is.
Yeah, it's more straight too,
Yep.
because the angles on these are atrocious. They're like sketchy off to the side. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they actually have an extra brace I noticed that yours doesn't have. Like mine has a brace that goes from the shock tower brace to that brace that the bearing is on that. Um, Yours don't have a brace that goes from the shock tower brace to that, or what do you call it? The bearing. It's got like a carrier bearing in it.
Oh, okay. Man, if I had that, maybe I want to have bent my rear end.
Yep. I think that's why they put that in there.
Yeah, because I can see what you're talking about,
Yeah.
And if I had that brace, I probably wouldn't have bent it. I would have broke a brace probably, but better than bending a chassis. Man, you're just making me want to get a 2.0, dude.
The only thing I wish is I wish these chassis braces were metal instead of plastic, but
I'm sure they'll have upgraded ones because
oh
I
yeah.
got aluminum ones on mine, so they'll be out for
Oh
sure.
yeah, the M2C already has them.
Oh, really?
Yep. The DBXL 2.0 will fit right on there.
Yeah. You love when you fire those up. Yeah, dude, they're great, man. It's the sound. It's just so awesome. Your old two-stroke dirt bikes. Yeah, dude, that's basically what these sound like.
Yep.
Especially with like an aftermarket pipe on them, they just sound mean, dude.
Yeah, especially like the old school, like went back when I was like my first old Suzuki RM80 be out there and
Yeah. I used to take one of those to the liquor store.
oh yeah.
Yeah, with a backpack.
Yeah, I had a RM80 and then a MX100 and then a YZ125 and then a YZ250 and
Damn.
then I stuck a
Garage
foot
life, what's up, man?
and then I stuck a foot peg through my knee.
Oof. Yeah, Earl has all three models. Earl, are you debating getting the two-stroke, the new one, or no?
You need all four models, Earl. You might as well.
You are Earl.
You need something else to say is no. I would say you're always pretty good with your low C, so I won't say nothing about that.
Love the smell of two-stroke. Yeah, dude. He had a KX 500 that would test
That's
the
right,
best
Earl.
of riders, dude. Guess I need the new DBXL 2.0 version now. Yeah, dude. Yeah, 100%. I'll probably end up with one. I don't know when, but talking to Gus and like seeing the differences and stuff, definitely selling me on it more. Are you gonna throw outerwears on there?
Probably not.
No.
Just because it has the rubbers on the shock shafts already.
No, I mean like run your engine, like the flywheel cover
Oh
and the
yeah,
full
yeah,
start.
yep, yeah.
Okay.
That I will. Yep.
Yeah. I was about to say it's
I thought you were
because you
talking
run
about your
you.
shocks because I know you have them on your shocks, but
No, no. I just got
no,
those because they were on sale, and I was like, I'll just get them.
yeah. This
But
time of year, I'm not worried about it. Like,
no.
just like people ask me, they're like, "Why didn't you put oil in your air filter?" And I was like, "The last thing you want to do in the wintertime is put oil in your air filter because it makes the oil into gum, and then your engine goes pop 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 pop
Yep.
pop pop."
Yeah, Earl, I want the yellow one too. You get two. I'll pay for shipping.
Get to address one to chef, and he'll pay
Yeah,
for the shipping,
I got the shipping because I'm a nice guy.
and then he'll blow you a big kiss.
Yep. Yeah, Alan, you want the yellow one? Yeah, so do I. Yellow's normally not my color, but that thing looks nasty, dude.
If it's almost great for me, but it's like it's black and yellow and black, and then it's just got like the logo, but it's like it needs like some pinstriping or something. So
No, I see what you're saying.
I was just like, no, not quite. If they had like some pinstriping along the edge of the yellow and a little bit of something, I would have been good. But
Yeah.
otherwise, it's kind of I didn't quite like it. Plus, I had to get the exact same one we saw you found in the picture. I keep saying we, but it wasn't me.
No,
It
you
was
can say
you.
we. Yeah, we were on the same live though. Dude, that
Yeah,
was
we
such
were
a
in the
cool day.
live. Don't you
That was
remember? You sent me
yeah,
that picture, and I was like,
dude.
"What?"
Yeah, I was like, this has to be the new DBXL.
And I knew it was coming because they hadn't. There was like whatever, and I was like, "Has to be." There's no way we hadn't gotten any in stock for that long, and then during a new one coming.
Yeah. Earl said he'd do black, but the fire team flashback nightmare might get to him. Yeah. Damn.
Guns? What do I need
I
guns
don't,
for?
no, the fire team flashback.
No, Earl asked Gus, "Are you going to add guns to your DBXL 2.0?"
Like the fire team, like have
No,
that fired.
no. If anything, I've been looking at stuff to strip out of it. I like to lighten them up.
What do you? How do you feel about the light bar? I feel like mine won't last long if I get one.
As soon as it breaks, it's coming off,
Yeah,
and I ain't gonna put a new one on. That's what I feel about the light bar.
yeah, I'd be the same way. And like
Because
once it snaps,
I
it's
mean,
done.
I would say it's freaking awesome. I really like it. But am I going to put a new one on it when it breaks? No. It's just they're just not that reliable, and that's just like my crawlers and stuff. It's like, do they look cool? But is it worth the hassle of dealing with that because the LEDs just don't last? And I'm just like,
Yeah.
no.
Uh,
Unless this
I
lasts a really long time. Like I would say if I have this a year before that light goes out, maybe.
all right. You misspelled it. It's an exhaust pipe from Australia. It's a tune pipe, open, not silent, non-silenced. Hell yeah, dude. Just something else to peel off my Vendetta. Started peeling the green pinstripe, and it's only been random once. Really, your stickers are already coming off. Damn. What kind of kill switch you gonna run, Gus?
A kill switch. Definitely not the one I got from my Baja because that was the wrong one.
Yeah, I had good luck with this Killer Bee, man. It works every time.
Yeah, that's
Um,
probably what I'm gonna go with. Is probably the Killer Bee, but because I was looking on Amazon and there's a couple, and the one looks just like the Killer Bee, and it's probably the same thing.
mhm.
And I think it was $5 cheaper, but I was like, does it pay? Is it worth the risk? That's
Yeah,
what
no.
I did that with the other one and I got it and was wrong, you know.
Yeah, I don't like if it's 5, $10 different. I'd rather just get the name brand because I know for a fact it's the right one. You know?
Yeah, and I already screwed myself once, so I think I'm probably just gonna get the Killer Bee brand the next time.
Yeah.
Two of them because I need one for the Baja too.
Are you gonna get the whole setup like I did with the speaker and the light, or just the light?
Probably just a light.
Nice.
But yeah, the Baja got moved. It used to sit back there.
Yeah, no, that took
This
its.
this one's my baby now.
Yeah, dude, it's sick, dude. I'm so glad you got one.
Not that I
Um,
don't. I love my Baja, but this one is it's sick.
yeah, they are, and I love the fact that they're 4-wheel drive.
Yep.
Your DBXL 2.0 light bar handled Big Bertha and roof lining and covers missing, but the lights still work. That's pretty legit.
That's nice, Earl.
Yeah, Horizon decals are made in the streets of India. All right.
No, they're made in the streets of China. You got it wrong. Maybe not quite the streets, but
Hold on 1 second. Let me check my tracking. See where
that
my package is.
I gave you that tracking number.
Yes, sir. It still says before 8 p.m. I have to wait until the morning to actually get like a legit
Yeah,
what time it's going to show
until
up.
they actually shows up at the delivery agent.
Yeah, it's coming from Illinois. So last time I got something from Illinois, it was, and FedEx, like I said, is right around the corner from me. So they normally deliver pretty early. I just hope I'm up if it's at like 8 because I have to sign for it. So
You'll be up. I'll
oh
be.
yeah.
I get up at like 6 and I'll start messaging you and be like,
All right, it's coming today. None of your RCs have kill switch. I love to chase them out of control. I guess maybe that's how you stay so fit. You know, me, I'm just like, oh, kill it.
actually, I've had nitros run away. The only gas one I've had run away is actually Mater, and that's just because I built it and it was kind of a mistake.
Good call.
Or wait, I forgot we had a Baja runaway. I forgot the
Your
battery.
Baja?
Huh?
Your
Yeah.
your new Baja?
No, my old Baja, like
Oh,
back in like 2012. the battery came disconnected from the receiver,
Oof.
and she took off through the woods.
Wah! You just
Yep,
hear it go
wide
away.
open. Yep.
Dude, they never come disconnected when you're off the throttle.
No. Luckily though, I with Mater, he was wide open, but luckily I just turned to do a cookie and it just happened to die right at that second. So it was
Did you
just
just
like,
call a donut a cookie?
well, I was gonna say my normal word, but I was trying to
Okay, I
be
got you.
I was
No,
trying
no, you're good.
I was trying to be polite. But anyway, because I usually don't say that word, I usually say the naughty
Yeah, I
word.
got you.
But anyway, it was going around, so it's kind of like trying to wrestle a greased pig, Mater,
Yeah,
he's like 180 pounds, and you're trying to grab a hold of it and shut it off, and
and not get run over.
not trying to ruin your day or anything. And
My Kraken almost ran away actually when I was at the pit. When I was having that clutch issue,
yeah,
uh, that's how I knew I had the clutch issue because I started, I was running it, and then all of a sudden it went wah, and went to take off, and I killed it right away. And because on the Noble I have it set to the button, so I just killed it, and that's when I put it on the truck, and I realized that the clutch was messed up because it was it was about to take off.
yeah.
So, but that's all together. That's ready to go. I can't wait to get that back out because ever since I put that KGM 45 in there, it's not the engine's fault. It's just I'm running into little issues. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
something comes undone, or the exhaust comes off, or like so. I think I have it all set. Like the clutch spring came off, so that's on. So like now, it
See,
should be good.
that's actually a common complaint about like those 45s. Depending, a lot of people say they vibrate more, and it causes
100% it does.
more stuff to come apart. And it's like, and that may be part of the issue.
Yeah.
Maybe not, but
Well, it 100% vibrates more because when I started with the 30.5 in there, like it would rattle, but nothing crazy. But as soon as that 45 starts, I should do a slow mo with my GoPro next time I start that because you can see everything moving. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So
yeah, because
I went through it and made sure everything was Loctite the first time I started that up with that in there. So I was like, I'm gonna lose some stuff.
yeah, because I've heard the 32 is balanced, but the 45 is not. So the
Okay.
45 actually technically runs like a 32 crank or something like that, or like a modified, but they didn't balance it. So when
Mhm.
it's the piston rod balance compared to the crank isn't the same, so it causes more
More
vibration in
vibration.
it. Yep. Do I know if that's true? I don't know, but I've heard it, and it does vibrate more, which makes sense because it is a big bore. So
Oh yeah. I'll most likely upgrade to my Radio Link radio so I have more control over endpoints. Yeah, I can dig it. Shade Tree Shepherds has an installation video on the kill switch. For my how hard is it? Shade Tree. I have an installed video of for a 2-stroke. I don't run kill switches on my nitros, all my nitros. But honestly, that's the Traxxas you got should have a built-in. If your radio gets disconnected, it should apply the brakes automatically. Um, like the new Savage has it. My Revo has it. I'm pretty sure that your Slayer Pro has that.
yeah.
Test it when you take it out of the box. Turn it on. Turn off the controller, and you should see the brakes come on. If not, go through your manual and set it up because they do come with that.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right. The electric version of the DBXL. Those are nasty, dude. RC guy has one, and so does Earl. They're beasts, dude. In case no one knows, that's why Earl doesn't drag race anymore. I see what you did there. They banned him because he used to run with no throttle return spring. Brains and brakes should slow you down, man. Traxxas biggest rip off there. Rigs have multiple servos, but Traxxas Link only allows you to adjust one channel. Yeah. Well, 2 carrying throttle, but no channel 3 and up. Whiskey Tango failsafe. What about it? Oh, that's what's on them out of the box failsafe. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, it's not. It's not a kill switch. Because I don't. I'd have to ask Gus when he gets back. I don't know if they make a nitro kill switch because the way the kill switches work for two strokes, it just kills the spark to the plug, so it can't run because there's no spark. Once the glow plug is warm and it's running, I don't know how you would kill it. Like when it's like running away. Why would you want to slow down drag racing? I agree. I agree with you, Earl. Earl, are you gonna get that two-stroke drag car out again this year? That thing's disgusting, dude. That thing's so beastly. Thing's badass, man. Mike Ayosha USA has one. A failsafe or kill switch? Because, like I said, all the ones I've seen on nitros, it just applies a brake. But that only works if you lose connection with your controller. If your battery comes unplugged and you're full throttle, you're going to keep going. Have to run throttle return spring. Yeah, I run them on the Savage and whatnot. Fail safe. Okay. Yeah. But like I said, the Traxxas should have that one. If it loses connection, it'll apply the brakes. But don't be too nervous about it. I've only had like 2 runaways, and all the times I was messing with nitros. So I don't know. I've had tires on order from the Primal. Been waiting on wheel adapters from DDM. Damn, dude. I would love to see that thing go again. I'm sure you do too, probably more than me, because it's just sitting there. You're looking at it. But that thing is sick, dude. I can set that up on my radio link too. Can I? You should be able to. I don't know much about radio link, so should be because I know my Noble controller and receivers have options for that. If it gets disconnected, it'll apply brakes. But I'm glad you're dipping your toes in the nitro realm, dude. Like I said, welcome. Have fun with it, man. Take the good with the bad, though. I'm telling you right now, there's gonna be some frustrating times for sure. But at the end of the day, man, like even with my braking video on the Savage, like I was ready to throw it, but once it started and kept running, because that's the hardest part, the first start. But once it started and was running, I was like, yes! Like once you get them tuned and stuff, dude, it's such a good feeling. Same as the Fly Sky G5, GT5. All right. I know it has a failsafe option, but I never fooled with it because till now I only ran electric. Yeah. So just mess with it, dude. You'll figure it out. Turn it on and then turn off the controller and see if it applies, and just you'll figure it out. You need to get another nitro or 2-stroke ASAP. Yeah, man. Well, you have that Truggy from that you got from Sergeant J. That's originally a nitro. What, the Savage? No, I haven't ran it since I broke it in. I'm gonna take it to like I was gonna take it tomorrow, but it's gonna be in the 30s all day. Um, I'm gonna take it to the church down the street and go through their parking lot. First, I gotta get it tuned because you can't mess with shifting until your tune's on. And once my tune's set, I'll see if it's shifting. If not, I've seen that hybrid said he turned his in all the way and backed it out 4 turns, and it shifts now. So if I'm having issues, that's what I'll try. I'll go like 3.5 and then maybe 4. But I gotta tune it first. I can't mess with shifting until tuning's done. Need a few parts for it. Or the MT is what I want next. Yeah, dude. I can dig it. something with more ground clearance. So, like I said, I don't know if mine didn't shift because my tune's off. So I don't know if that was the issue or if I got one of the ones that are having trouble shifting. But we'll figure it out. We always do. And worst comes worse, I have a spare transmission, so I can take that one out, see what's really making it not shift, and just throw that Savage transmission in that truck. If it comes to that, I don't think it will though. Wait until spring until you get a gasser. Still considering it. Yeah, dude, gassers are just a different animal, man. It's great. They're awesome. Use real tools, like yeah, like putting the spur gear on the Baja using a 10 mil wrench. You know what I mean? Like they're legit. But that new DBXL 2.0 two-stroke thing's awesome. I don't know what your budget's gonna be, but it's sick. Kind of like the USA one, not shifting. Yeah, but that was bad one-way bearings in the transmission. KGM actually did a video on that. It was bad one-way bearings in the transmission. Hopefully it's not that, but if it is, like I said, I have a spare transmission I can put in there, and I will just get the right parts and get it fixed. But hopefully it doesn't come to that. Hopefully I can just get it working. Way I see it, if I have trouble, I can shelf it and go back to grindstone until I figure it out. Yeah, dude. Like I said, don't hesitate to reach out, man. If I don't answer, I'll answer you later. If I'm working, I don't really look at my phone. Dude, that's awesome. Hell yeah. Then it'll be no problem for you then. Yeah, you got to fix cars. Just sent you the parts. Yeah, I think they sent the KGM also. Let me. I'm gonna mute real quick. I'm gonna vacuum up some of this dirt that's on here. I can't. I don't have the buttons here. I have to do it manually. Oh. Yeah, we hit 900 subs today, man. I seen that someone subbed, and before I went live, I seen that I hit 900, man. Getting there, creeping on that 1,000. What's the longest you hold full, dude? I don't think about that honestly. Like every once in a while, I'll pull the truck in, make sure it's not too hot, and then just go for it. Like I don't think about that at all. Like if you have it tuned good and stuff, just go for it, man. Every once in a while, like I said, I'll pull it up and touch it if it's too hot. You use your temp gun, make sure it's not above 230, and if it is, fatten it up a little bit and go back after it. But especially on like hot summer days, I like to keep an eye on my temps. Like last thing I want to do is burn up the engine for no reason. So I'll pull it over to me, check the temp. If it's good, it's good. If it's getting a little warm, I'll fatten it up a little bit and then go back after it. But you're gonna be shocked about runtime, dude. Your first nitro, you're gonna be like, I could just add fuel and keep going. What? Yeah. Who? You talking about addicted? I don't know. Says I man, I should thank everyone that has chimed in. Yeah, dude. Like I said, we got a good community here, man. I can't complain.
Doing a 5K giveaway at 1K subs.
Yeah, I was like, he must be talking to a dickhead. No, I don't want to be that channel, man.
No.
Not saying that like giveaways are bad, like Earl's doing giveaways and stuff, like, but like maybe if I get to Earl size, that's when I'll do it. But I don't want people to sub just because I do a giveaway. You know what I mean?
No. Yeah. That's why I am too. Like if I would get bigger, it would be different. You know, it would just be kind of something to do. You know.
Yeah, and like to give back to the community because you got a good community.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
But like one, I don't have the funds for that kind of stuff, and two, like I don't want people just to sub and be like, "Oh, when's your next giveaway?" Blah 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 blah. Like, no.
Yep. It's like if that's the only reason you're subbing to me is because you want a giveaway, then go away.
Yeah, exactly. I am actually missing a pin for this hex right here. And my tire was on, so it has to be in the shed. Where it is, I don't know. There has to be here somewhere. Of course, I can't be that lucky.
I lost my drivers. Ugh.
I lost the pin. I don't know how this hex didn't come off with the tire if there was no pin in there.
How could the pin come out with a tire on?
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. It's in the shed somewhere.
Yeah.
When I took the tires off, it probably slid out.
Yeah, it had to have because
there's no way it can come off.
No, because the tire hex or the wheel hex would have held it on.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that I suck it up with my. No, I wouldn't have seen it. Yeah, no.
I moved everything. I can't find anything.
Isn't that the worst? You're like, everything's so clean, and then you're like, oh, why did I do that?
I can't find my driver bits. Where did I put them? They wherever they belong. That's why I can't find them.
And of course, it's not on my table. Of course, it's not on my table. Damn. Looks like I'll be digging around on the floor tomorrow. That sucks.
I would have to say though, considering this is gas and only having 4 bolts come loose, I'm not too worried about that. No complaints, really.
No, you really can't. So much more vibration with the gas.
Yeah.
Where the hell? I need to get a magnet in here.
Even though I have still to have a bolt come loose on my Baja, but
really,
yeah. Granted, mine is a plastic version, which honestly is probably the best kind.
Oh yeah.
Lighter, all that stuff, but yeah. Now I lost my damn wrench. Where did I put that? I just had it.
That's going to Bills, guy. All that overtime. You've been subbed to all of us since you got in the hobby a couple years back. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome to hear, buddy. Organized chaos, pretty much. Like a Harley, if it leaks oil, that it has oil. Exactly.
Yeah.
My old man told me back in the day, in Harley showrooms, they'd have oil pans underneath all the Harleys.
I can guarantee you that because where I live, Tomahawk, which I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's like one of the biggest Harley manufacturers in Wisconsin,
Uh-huh.
and they have like it's like literally like 20 miles for me. So, and
Oh, nice.
I've toured the factory a couple times. Almost thought about getting a job there a couple times, but then it's union, and I'm like, I hate union jobs, and I'm like, no. Because 9 times out of 10, you try to get a union job, and either unless you're like amazing, or comes time to join a union, and they're like, nope,
Yeah.
unions are horrible. Or I've just had bad experience with unions. Like I've had jobs where you're doing this job for years, and all of a sudden somebody gets demoted, and they're like, well, I want this job. This job is under me before this job, so I want this job, and then they kick you out of your job, and they're like, it's like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, I never really worked for one, so I don't know how all that works.
Basically, it's based on how long you work there. So if you're a piece of crap and you just manage to make it,
You're good.
you're good. Yeah, you get the
I'm so
promotion.
glad I bought that. Dude, get yourself the Baja screw kit. It's $25. It's every screw and every pin that's in a Baja, and they just saved my DBXL. I don't have to order a pin.
Why did I move everything, and now I don't know where it is.
Yep. That's how it works, man.
I'm just going to use a freaking vice grip because I'm sick of looking for my wrench.
Beautiful.
Don't judge.
Oh, dude, you see me do bad things on the stream.
I'm talking to the people watching us. I know you don't care.
No, I don't. I take a Harley over any other bike myself, but Honda makes good stuff, dude. I don't care what anybody says. And like the Honda Shadow, you can't tell that from a Harley, 100%. Like there's no stickers on either one. You can't tell the difference. If they both have aftermarket exhaust, you can't tell the difference in the sound either.
Unless, except the Honda, the Harley, about $6,000 is done, and
yeah,
the Honda will turn out to like 11.
Yeah, that's why. Like I want to get a Indian Chieftain.
Yep, a newer one.
Yeah, it's cheaper than a Harley, bigger engine, and has more buttons and bells.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I like Harleys. Like they're cool. Like my fam, like we grew up around bikers and all that stuff. But like,
yeah,
at the
I've
end of
even
the
had
day-
one. No, I've actually had two myself. They're good. They're just honestly, it's
a status, I think.
yeah, they're not that good. I mean, they're cool. The main thing is the sound. I mean, I love the sound of them. But at the same time, I mean, you can get the Yamahas. They've got the same ones, but and the Hondas, and the Suzukis, and the Polaris, and you can. I mean, they have the same sound. The difference is, them things turn up to like $11,000, $14,000. You know what I mean? And I mean, I know they're trying to keep the heritage and all that kind of stuff, but and I know that's why they went with like some of their what you call it, bikes and stuff like that, but I don't know.
They kind of lost me once they got those when they got the electric Harley. Yeah.
I could the stuff I could say about that. You had to bring that up.
Yeah, it's just like you're gonna have to make the noise with your mouth now. Blah 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 blah.
It took our jobs.
Yeah, I want to tear out more. Hey, Chef, what's up, bud? Nice champ.
One thing I noticed too is mine's got the double steering. Like yours only has a single steering arm on it.
Mm-hmm. So you have like a push-pull kind of thing?
Yep, push pull. That's what I should have called it.
Wow, all these are loose. What's up, H? How you doing, man? Ben, how you doing, man? What's up, dude? FCR 1100 in the crotch rocket days. Damn, that's a big crotch rocket bike.
The biggest bike I've had was a 750.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
I had a 900, and then there's a 1500 in the shed and a 1800.
The
In the
biggest
other
I ever
shed.
had was my my Kawasaki 750. Even though that was a bigger bike, my Ninja 600 was probably faster.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Even though I had that thing for like a week and I sold it because I could not stand it to drive it. Because granted, I'm only 6'1", but no, I just can't. And at the
Taller
time,
than me, dude. I'm only 5'8".
so I just could not. No, ain't happening. And the seats are leaning forward, and no. I'm more of a Harley guy just because I just wish there was a way to go fast in a Harley bike. You know what I mean? But there's not because it's like wind resistance and all that kind of stuff, you know. But
He goes, so what you're saying is put a Harley sticker on your Honda. Dude, I'm telling you right now, if you had a Honda Shadow and put it up against the, I forget, it was a Sportster or something like that, they look identical.
they do, and the Honda would kick the crap out of the Sportster.
Yeah.
I think they're like 30 more horsepower or something like that or something.
That's what I was saying. Like the Indian Chieftain, dude, has a bigger engine, more buttons and bells, and it's cheaper.
Yep. More RPM and more horsepower, I believe, too. I think that one's even more than the Honda. I think that one was like 60 some horsepower more or something like that than the Harley. I
Again,
could be wrong.
we're not crapping on you Harley guys at all. Like don't take it that way. But,
no, and it's not. It's kind of like dispute between like Armand Traxxas and Low Series and blah 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 because I've had them all. I love them all. We're just talking.
I had a full modded Suzuki SV650. Best for a 2-cylinder. I keep up with my buddies. Jigshare up until about 1:30, then I lose them. Yeah, dude, that's why I can't have a crotch rocket motorcycle because if I can go 200 miles an hour, I'm going to go 200 miles an hour.
Yep, and my 750 Kawasaki, it had a fairing on it, and once you hit about 135, that thing started to go like this. The front end would come up.
Oof.
The scariest experience when you're going that fast. You have no idea. And I sold that bike not too long after that. I'm like, nope.
Puts the fear of God in you in that.
Yes, it does. It's like, this thing is dangerous. And they're like, just take the fairing off. And I was like, don't want it.
No, because that means I can go faster.
And what's funny is I got my the Ninja, the 600, and that thing, I think the best we got out of that was like 165, but that did not lift like that at all.
Yeah.
But you did not want to drive that thing over about 3 miles.
Yeah, that's just sucks, man. I'm all about the comfort, man.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong. Like there's times you go ripping down like the back roads or the boonies, you know what I mean? Just go
yeah,
fast.
I almost got another Harley like 2 years ago when my old man passed away, and he actually passed it to me, and I decided, I was like, you know what? I was like, Nope, don't want it. I
Yeah.
almost did. It was just a Sportster, nothing fancy, but so I just threw it into the pot with whatever the family got or whatever. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it was just I don't know. It's nowadays with people riding a bike is scary as heck. It's like I'm scared to drive my damn car. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, dude.
Excuse me.
Someone, Whiskey Tango asked you, Gus, you ever owned a Hondaka?
Hadaka?
Yeah, or
I had a 175 road toad.
a Mako or a, I'm going to butcher this, Bultaco? Bultaco? I don't know. I can't read.
Monaco. No, I didn't have any of those, but I did have a Hadaka. It was green. It was called a road toad. It was a enduro. It had turn signals, but it was like a dirt bike. 175.
Your wife hated the postage stamp seat she had to sit on. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, that's why I like the cruisers. Like when I first started riding, I had like just like your normal cruiser, just going around, and girls were always like about the sports bikes and stuff, and then they'd sit on my bike and they're like, oh, I can lean back and like relax, and then you're like, yeah, let's go, like
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah,
oh, that means something now. It's comfy.
yeah. A lot of times when you see them girls on the back of the Harley, they're always like leaning back like this. They're,
Yeah, yeah, just
like
chilling, dude.
look at the queen on the back of
Yeah,
the chariot.
exactly. All your DBXL models turn better one direction than the other. I don't know why. Lozy did that. The bell crank hits sooner on one side. It's silly. You have to turn the steering rate down on one side. Huh. I didn't notice that with mine.
I didn't notice that with mine either. It seems to
But
turn the same.
now I'm gonna look for that though. I'm curious now.
I didn't notice it in handling because I'm very picky about that. And as far as like how it feels normal.
Yeah, I never thought about it because I always felt like it was fine. But just doing
Sometimes I would say sometimes people get crappily put together stuff, and it may be like something is
and
like
it's always Earl. Dude, his Outcast, his Fire Team. There's something else I can't think of right now, but like he just
like they
doesn't have the
say
luck.
like they say it's karma. If you're negative, negativity's gonna come to you.
145 is as fast as I've ever been on a 650 Yamaha. Yeah, dude. We've all done stupid stuff. We're not saying that was on the closed course, guys. That's not like that's
No,
not yeah, that's we're not doing this on the street, you know what I mean?
no.
145 is as fast as I ever went. I read that. You did 185 on your buddy's Gixxer 1000. Dude, the Gixxer 1000s, I almost bought one because it was cheap. I guess the guy scared himself on it, and I was like this close, and I was like, no, don't do it, because I wouldn't last a week, because I'd go to the track and see how fast I can go. You know what I mean?
Yep, I had one for about 12 and a half hours, and that's no joke. I hit a culvert.
Oof.
Luckily, I was driving, and it wasn't my fault. I was good. I'm not gonna lie. I was not in a good state to drive.
Okay.
Okay, but it was
Yeah.
raining, and
Oh.
I was driving, and I would have been fine normally. And I hit a puddle, and it sucked me to the side, and hit a
Oof.
culvert. That was the end of her.
Damn.
Sucked the
Question for
fork.
you guys. Question for you guys. I have a Creighton, an X Max. What Creighton? 6S or 8S? X Max and a Notorious 6S. Are the Mojave can be cherry on top of the ice cream? So you're asking if the Mojave will be the cherry on top? So you have a Creighton.
Honestly, if I would say honestly, you would probably like the fire team better than the Mojave. Not gonna lie, you'll probably handle better. The Mojave is kind of not the Mojave's bad, but I myself would probably like a fire team better.
Yeah, the fire team. Like I know Earl had issues with his, but it looks pretty cool. It's the
Yeah,
same.
and
It's the same chassis as the Mojave,
yeah,
but
it's the same as the build I did. It's like a Mojave. Basically a Creighton with a Mojave chassis and Mojave
yes,
parts, etc.
yeah, that's actually a good point. Hey, check out Gus. Link in the description. He has a video of like a custom build he did, and it's basically a fire team. Um, they're sick. They're cool, man. I'm not a fan of the body. I think it makes it look cheap. That's just my opinion. But
Yeah, it
other than
does.
that, it looks sick.
Yeah, I wish they would have did a more.
Normal body, or just do a side by side. I don't want the people inside. Just whatever, you know.
Not even a side by side, but like I guess military guys drive side by sides, but something I don't know. I just don't see a side by side as military for me. It just seems kind of
No,
I don't know.
you can turn it and see it hit. I have 3 models that do it. Like the only thing I'm actually like, if I push hard enough, I'm hitting is that cup that comes out of the diff. But like, I'm getting full motion both ways.
That's what I'm seeing too. It on both sides it hits the cup on the diff.
Yeah, and like that's like me pushing.
Yep. Mine seems fine. I'm gonna guess maybe, like
I'm not saying you're wrong, Earl. I'm not seeing it.
no, I'm not seeing it either.
Whoever designed it by had no light, dude. You might know what it is, Gus. I seen a picture. It was. I'm not going to tell you what. I'll tell you after we were live what the GIF was, but the bottom picture was a 500cc two-stroke dirt bike, and I was like, that must have been a bear to handle. That
Yeah,
had to
there
be.
was two of them. There was the Honda and the Kawasaki.
That's the 500cc two-stroke dirt
Oh
bike,
wait,
dude.
no, oh wait, I forgot Suzuki had it too. That's right.
That had to be out of control. Like, dude, you're pulling the front end up every gear. Like you're staying in that power band. That had to
Yes.
be out of control.
Yeah, the CR 500, the KX 500, and the YZ 500 were nuts. They're just they don't have the RPM of the 250s, but the torque and the mid-range a two-stroke never has low end power, but the mid-range of them 500s would just as soon as you hit that mid-range, it was so strong, the
Yeah,
front end would cut up, and most people would be like, "I'm just going to give half throttle." The bad part is that's like the heart of the mid-range. You hit the mid-range, and it would like, and they would get
yeah,
thrown off the back, and they would never ride it again.
yeah, dude. I don't. If someone had one of those, I don't think I'd get on it. Like I've driven dirt bikes and stuff,
Nah,
but that thing, I'd be like, no, I'm good, dude.
no,
I'd have to pass.
when I used to race quads, my favorite quad was my Suzuki LT 500. It was just I had it sent to Paul Turner to have it completely ported, all that stuff, and
Hmm.
even though I cracked the freaking cylinder on it like 3 times, the power, I mean the a 500 single, the torque, the RPM, and everything you got out of that two-stroke was just
Insane.
it was fun.
Do a circle with it. Guarantee it will turn less. Yeah, I'll next time I have it out, I'm gonna test. I'm curious now. I'm not like I said, I'm not saying you're wrong. I just never noticed it. So next time I get it out, I'll turn completely left in a circle and right and see how much of a difference it really is.
I'll make a video for you, Earl. I'll take mine out. I'll do a left and a right circle in my snow so I can actually measure my pattern.
It's the power band. Yeah, I'm curious now. I want to know if mine does that too now. Yeah. Then, have you ever heard of the Quadzilla? I think they
Yep,
called it.
that was mine was with the LT500 is a
Yeah.
Quadzilla.
Yeah, dude. If someone had one of those, I would have to ride it. But
Yep.
the dirt bike, I couldn't do it. There's no way.
The Quadzilla, it is legit. A Banshee, it's like a Banshee. Honestly, the top end is very similar. A Banshee you can get more out of just because of they're a twin.
Yeah.
But as far as if you want something like I used to motocross race, so that's what I used it for. And I raced in the open class, and you can't beat the torque. It's like if you're on a motocross track, the torque
Hmm.
and the mid range and all that stuff, it's like you just can't. In a Banshee, you're constantly on that clutch,
Yeah.
and it's like by the time you get done, your hand is like.
Fried.
I raced a Banshee for one year. It was no. I even like put a single pipe on it and put a single carburetor on it to increase the torque and mid range.
Earl wants to know, uh, does he win a DBXL E if he's right?
No. I'll give you a prize though.
The fire team comes with a beefed up center diff. Nice. Yeah, it looks sick. Like I see cool stuff, and I like the look of the truck itself. Just I'm not a fan of the body. But Guy called it like an $800, what do you call it? Or $800 GI Joe truck. Yeah, that's basically how I look at it. Like,
No, Halo. It's like a Halo
dude, I
truck.
don't know if it was a Warthog
If you
body,
would
I'd look different at it.
if you cut the top off and you put a machine gun in the back,
And
it'd be a,
Master Chief in the front, I'd be okay with it, and paint it like a
it'd be a
Warthog.
Warthog. I mean, for real. Look at it. Cut the top
Yeah,
off. You
I can
know,
see that.
yeah,
Gus
especially the
said
white
he
one.
sent me a picture. Yeah, Stretch Street Drag Racers is what my buddies with our Banshees. Oh yeah, that's insane, dude. Shitty, just an aluminum diff case for the center differential, not an EXP differential. I found out. Huh. Yeah, 350 Warrior. I love that thing. My buddy had one and it got stolen. And then it turns out we knew the person that stole it. Um, then we found it in the creek out back, and we pulled it out, replaced the engine. But yeah, that wasn't fun. I
Oh,
think the
one thing I was gonna point out, like yours is like kind of what it is like yours is kind of like the DBXL E and DBXL E 2.0. Like this has like the aluminum shock towers where yours has the plastic ones yet.
yeah. Oh, that has aluminum shock towers.
Yep,
I didn't know that.
yep. I was just kind of watching. I'm multitasking. I kind of been backtracking through the video, looking at like pictures of your thing on my other on the live stream here.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I didn't know that those were aluminum.
Yep, yep. These are aluminum, so these are like the. So basically, it's kind of like an update between like the 2.0 DBXLE, except it's the same thing from the DBXL. So it's except there's a version 2 of the DBX Elite 2.0 also, which
Yeah.
includes like the dip cases. And of course, those parts are all interchangeable. So it's not like in the axles.
Hmm.
But I know some of the parts you need different parts. But the way Losi works is a lot of times, and I think that's why they do it that way, is they sell stuff in sets. and I think that's why they sell it in sets, because they change things in a certain way. So it's like, okay, you need this set. Oh, we're gonna change this. Okay, here you go. Here's your set. Now you go. Maybe
Yeah.
not. It could just be because of shipping stuff and packaging stuff is expensive, so maybe they just want to put stuff together. And I know it sucks for us when we just want like one of these instead of like the entire all of
Yeah.
them for like $60 or whatever it is. I was looking at those. I was like, I know Guy broke those, so I was like, maybe I should order some of them. So I was like, and I looked at the price, and I was like, you need to buy all of those freaking things.
Well, I bought from Jenny's RC. I got a bunch of spare parts for the Savage. I got all new arms. I got carriers that come with the bearings. I got pins, pin retainers, all the wear out parts. I got
Yeah,
a brand new uh, clutch bell with the whole clutch setup, and then the whole slipper slash spur setup. So if I strip one or whatever, I have spare parts because Jenny's had the whole all the parts. So I wonder if she's gonna get the new DBXL parts.
probably. I hope so, because a lot of times, some of the stuff she can get, because of how she does it and puts it all in one package, I can actually buy it cheaper from her than what my discount is.
Oh yeah, I believe it, dude. Some of her prices are great. Like the prices on the parts for that, I told you I almost bought a spare engine just because she had it there, and the price
Yep,
wasn't bad.
yep, yeah. Because like I was gonna get some parts for my Outcast, and I was looking, and I was like, holy crap! Even with my discount, her prices are cheaper. So I just bought the parts from there, and even with my Creighton, same thing. I just bought them off of there because it's cheaper. I mean, you get all the plastic pieces, and it's like, oh, what the heck was it when I bought it? 30, 40 some dollars or something like that.
Yeah,
Maybe it's more than that. I don't remember. But whatever. I know it compared to what I put all the stuff in my cart, and then I put all the stuff on there, and then I look at her price, and I was like, no.
yeah. It's just
She
it's
she
crazy.
sells, he, I don't know, whatever.
It's a
The
lady.
company, whatever, they sell stuff good, for a good price.
Yeah, for sure. And she's making money on it too, which is crazy.
Yep.
I'm actually tracking my Jenny's order right now to see where it's at because she's Jenny's RC is right in New Jersey. It's not that far from me. I wish she had a store to walk into because if I can just walk into Jenny's RC and buy stuff, I would be there all the time. I'd love to see a 6S diff upgrade from Arma. Just so you know, Jenny's RC is a guy owner. Don't ask me how I know. Oh, okay. Well, I thought it was a lady.
That's why I said I didn't know, because I kind of figured.
I could have swore it was a lady, but okay. Because
I think I think it was at first, and I think she was kind of running the place until it like took off. Um, and I think she was kind of like the housewife who was doing stuff for her husband or whatever. And then
okay.
before the business took off, because I can remember probably, oh man, they've probably been around for 10 years or so now. When they first got started, it was always her and not the guy. But now most of the time it's the guy or her, but it's kind of both. But it was, and that's why you can't say it's him. I would say it's probably a family business more than him
Yeah.
or her.
You ordered a part next day that never showed up, so I found out by email. Jenny's shop. It's basically what they are. They buy them,
Yeah,
take them all apart, and sell the parts. It's a
that's the
hell
way
of
to
a
do it.
gig, dude. Yeah, yeah, especially when new stuff comes out and nobody has parts yet. She's or they're the only place that has it.
And you can actually buy something at retail, part it out, and make money compared to it, because if you add all the parts up, like if you take all the parts, add them up, it's almost double the price of a brand new vehicle.
Oh yeah, I
Okay.
believe it.
And that's where the money is in all RC is in parts.
Hmm.
Parts and upgrades. It has nothing to do with the vehicle. I mean, yes, there is money in the vehicle, but the most money made in all RC is always an upgrade. And that's why there's so many aftermarket companies.
I can see that. It makes sense. Man, I really need to clean this thing. It's sad. Like it is so dirty. Volume pricing. Yeah, I got all the parts to rebuild my EXB except the body from Jenny's RC, and it didn't cost much at all. And I have spare parts now because, like you say, you have to buy it like in kits or whatever.
Yep.
And I don't mind having the spare parts because I plan on beating the snot out of it again. So
Yeah, and that's what the main thing for me. It's like if you can buy all of this stuff for cheaper, plus have extra stuff, it's like why not do it? You know, it's like I have literally a box, probably like 2 foot by like a foot by like a foot, full of armor parts, just
yeah.
because. Have I ever used any of them? I think maybe 3, but I'm like, might need it someday.
Chef Beards and cleaning's overrated. Ass RC Guy Garage. Yeah, but working on them when they're dirty like this sucks.
Can't keep them damn X-Max parts in stock though.
Yeah, that's what happens, you know. Everybody
No,
needs them because they're always breaking.
sorry, Earl. I had to give you some heck.
How
Even
about
though
that
guy is gonna be like, oh yeah, brother.
Trash bag. But I am gonna get a roller X Max, like I told you guys.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna build it the way I want.
I would say they're like if you build them decent, I mean they're not bad, but you're never gonna be able to do what you do with something with like an aluminum chassis without issues. Like I've been watching Duper Bash, and he has been having a heck of a time. I mean, they're on like their second or third rendition of their chassis brace now, and it's the last one seems pretty good, but
Yeah, but there's something to be. Oh.
but I would guess if that chassis brace works, and they can actually get that chassis to hold together, because with mine, I was like, hey, okay, well, I just broke this. I tore the thing apart and ended up replacing the entire front end, including shock towers, the lower and upper bulkhead, which basically is the entire front end. And I had to replace the chassis. And I was like, it was one crash. And it's like,
Yeah.
granted, Traxxas parts are super cheap. That's the best part. Their parts are super cheap. You could probably build a Traxxas cheaper in parts off of their website, except their electronics. Their electronics are like,
And they're also trash. So
yes, they're
like
trash.
their ESCs are garbage.
Yes, so their electronics are garbage. So it's kind of like that's okay, but you could probably build a Traxxas going through their parts list for cheaper than what it would cost you to actually
Yeah,
buy one.
really.
But that's the best part about Traxxas. Their parts are cheap.
I said this to I forget who it was. I might have said it to you. I'm not sure, but that X Max was the first RC I got that I had buyer's remorse after the first run. After the first run, I was like, wow, I need to do some stuff to this thing. It was the
I
first
did
RC I ever bought, and I was like, wow, I need to do something with it.
in the snow. My first run was in the snow, and then that one was. I mean, I really had a lot of fun, and
I had
You
fun
know,
with it. It's just
it was just, and I didn't break it. Like it was the
yeah, I
best time
remember. Yeah.
I had in a long time. And then my next video, even though and that was my next run with it, it was like I found out they put the wrong pins in the arms. They were like a half inch short. I kept
Hmm.
popping pins on the arms, and they're like, "Well, that doesn't happen," and they won't warranty it. So I was like, "Whatever." And I'm not a person who's going to make a video or whatever and being like, That's not how I do." But
Yeah.
so I just bought new pins and put them in, and I was like, whatever. And next thing you know, I was like, I'm gonna gear it up because this thing's too slow. So I geared it up. Next thing you know, I cannot keep tires on that thing.
Hmm.
And then it was like busted the front end, busted the upper and lower bulkheads, busted the upper and lower bulkheads the second time, plus the chassis. And I'm just like, and it's been sitting on a shelf ever since I fixed it.
Your electronics are still running strong. Yeah, because you're not geared anywhere like it should be, and like it's yeah, if it's staying completely bone stock, the electronics are okay, but that ESC doesn't produce, man. You like
Yeah.
you,
And I don't want to sound like I'm some big tracks is down or whatever, because I know there's always the crappy ones, and
oh
it
yeah,
it just because of what I do, it's like you understand, and you get crappy ones, you get good ones, you get bad ones. There's always like a 2% chance minimum that you're gonna get, or not minimum, but maximum that you're gonna get a bad product or whatever when you buy something. So it's like it sucks to be you when you're that 2%, but it happens.
me, you, and Guy were that 2%.
Yep. And lately, I would have to say that's probably at about 10% because I would have to say it's at probably 10% because I know for that's the norm is 2%, but I would have to say it's probably 10% because it's like stuff is like how you can actually, like Early even said it to one day. He's like, he got his other X Max. He's like, I don't know if the quality is the same, you know, and maybe
The-
that's why guys X Max is a piece of crap,
yeah,
and why yours was,
even
and my
and
mine,
even
you know,
and even uh even Kevin Talbot, the biggest X Max fan on the planet, in that one video, his friend got a brand new one. He's like, "Wow, these aren't built the same right now." He's like,
yep,
"These aren't holding up like they used to."
no, and I think that has a lot to do with, this whole crap going on in the world because,
I agree, Shatri. The Traxxas isn't a bad company. It's just I've had bad luck with the X Max, and
yep,
so has Guy and Gus. So I'm not hating on it at all. I got a lot of Traxxases in here. It's just that one is just let me down, man.
yeah, I have no problem with tracks at all. It was my first RC I ever had, and I bought a Revo, and it just it just seems like there's quality issues, and it has nothing to do with Traxxas. It has nothing to do with Arma or whatever like that. It's like everybody's having issues because of travel restrictions and stuff like that. They can't send engineers over there and be like, "Okay, yeah, we need our tolerances to be like this." And if they don't meet those tolerances, they're like, "Okay, well, this is what it needs to be, and then we'll ship it out." The problem is they just assume that's what the factory is doing, and they receive the product and they ship it out, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, we're having problems." You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not built like they should be. Yeah,
Yeah.
but we always end up on that. We always end up on Traxxas on the X Max. It's just I was so upset with it, man. I really was, man.
Yeah, and I do like it, and for my son, it does work pretty good, and that's the only reason I still have it. If I bought it for myself, it would have been gone quite a while ago. Because when he drives it, for some reason, I don't know why, he does not break it, except for when he broke the bulkhead in the front.
Yeah, I remember that.
But for me, every single time I drive it, except for one time, which was the initial drive, it breaks every single time.
I mean, you bought them at the same time.
Yep. I think I bought mine like a week after you or something. 2
You
weeks
might,
maybe.
yeah, maybe.
But yeah, it's just
Yeah, it's
uh
not. I know that there's a lot of X Max fans, and honestly, I was too until I got mine, and then like I was disappointed. And like I said, it's not like Gus said, it's not to the fault of Traxxas or anything. It was just the quality control isn't there, and
yep, and
we
yep,
got screwed at the end of the day. Me, you, and RC guy got screwed.
yep. Yeah, and I think that's a lot what it has to do with right now. It's like I think a lot of companies are going through like quality issue problems
Burn,
right now.
Burns, you get out of here with this. You just had to change your 6S motor that you put in your X Max because the 8S one sucks, and you blew up the 6S one. You put the 8S in there, and now what? You hate the way it feels. So I don't even hear that.
Yeah,
I think we need to create an RC driver school, Earl. Yeah,
I hear you, guy. I want to be an X Max fan too, but it's just like you. I can see it. It's in your eyes. You're like, I want to love this thing, and every time
yeah,
you
dude.
drive it, you're just like, I want to shoot this thing in the face.
Yeah, but that's why, like I said, that's another reason why I want to get another X Max because I did like it once I actually got it to where I wanted it to be, and it was doing good. But I couldn't pass up that trade for the Kraken. Absolutely not. Like Gus would have drove to my house and punched me in the face if I told him I passed up a Kraken for the X Max. But yeah, that's why I'm just gonna get a roller. I'm gonna get the Max 6 ESC. I don't know what motor yet, and get different tires on it. Triple check the diffs because I'm not blowing up another freaking diff in that, and just do it the way I want. Because at the end of the day, it's cool the way it flies in a sense because it's so boxy. You know what I mean? It doesn't fly like anything else. You know what I mean? It's just a different animal. They're just fun when they're working. If it weather related.
I don't know, guy. They're about considering that we know multiple people, and considering that you, Earl, and me, and uh Chef got a bad one. I don't know how good your parts will be. You might end up with the same situation.
Yeah, bad one. That's why I want to get a roller. I want an older one because I've seen older ones and they hold up great. They're awesome. I've
Yep.
seen it in person that they hold up awesome, and then mine wasn't. You know, and like Bernsey sucks at driving, so like his wasn't breaking and mine was. I was like, there's something up with this. You forgot I stole that. Yeah, guys, if you didn't know, I kind of sort of stole that trade from Bernsey because we were talking about Krakens and how I want to build one, and then he sent me the Facebook of someone wanting to trade one for an X Max, and like I hopped on that. Like I literally ran to the shed
Hey,
and
con-
like called the guy.
considering Bernsey, I have to say it's a blessing that you bought it,
Right?
because
Because he would have got rid of it or made it electric.
he yeah, he would have made it electric, or he would have like sold it to some other guy, and he would have
Yeah,
made it electric. So it's a blessing that you
yeah.
got a hold of it.
Thank you. And Burnson can't keep RCs. Like as soon as he gets one, he posts it up on Facebook
Exactly.
for trade. He just trades them left and right. So like that one had to have a good home, and it's got a good home.
And that's because Bernsey is his first hobby is trading, and his second hobby is RC.
Yeah, exactly. Likes owning a big bore engine and it breaks all the time. Yeah, exactly. Thanks for about that input because I don't know if I want the wide max. Yeah, I've seen some stuff on the wide X Max kit, and it's kind of like, eh. I think it makes it look stupid, not just performance wise or anything. The body doesn't look right once that wide max kit is on there, or the wide X Max kit.
From what I've seen, if you run it around a track and you don't do like big jumps and stuff, it's not too bad. But if you're going to like you just want it to handle better and you still want to bash it, it handles like crap.
Yeah. The
So it's
Wide
kind of,
Max, yeah, the Wide Max kit is awesome. When I had my Max, that Wide Max kit
or
was
I should
definitely
say,
legit.
wide X Max kit, and
Yeah.
that's kind of how the Wide Max kit was. It was like we put it on there, and it was like the springs weren't strong enough, and it was like
Mhm.
I put it up to, what did I put, 80 weight in there. I mean, it was all right. I mean, and if you just like did mild bashing, no more than about 6 feet or so, it was all right. But anything
Yeah.
more than that, and it wasn't enough. The shocks were just not right.
Not wrong at all. Fair enough. See? I knew it, Burns. I knew I saved it. Burns, we need to get you out there, man. We need to start running RCs, man. I know your foot's all messed up, but we got to get those wild Burnsy sightings. You think it looks good? Yeah, like I said, to each your own. I just think it makes it look weird.
That's all right, guy. They can run away if they don't like the X Max bashing. We're not bashing it. We're just saying everybody's having some issues right now, because we know that there's been like, if you watch like some of the older X Max videos, they hold up way better compared to like the ones of nowadays. And it
I've
has not
literally seen it in person too.
Yep, and it has nothing to do with like um and it's like not brand wise either. It's like all the brands, and it has to do with like all the stuff that's going on in the world right now.
If I put e-revo tires on my Slayer, will it break? There's only one way to find out, man.
I would say probably not, but it'll probably be geared too high. Depending on the driving you're doing, if you're going to run it down the highway, it'd probably be pretty lit.
You got 4 brand new ones. Hey, give it a shot, dude. See how it works out. It'll be your first X Max, hopefully this summer. Nice, dude. I'm all for getting new RCs. Hell yeah. Take it easy, Alan. I appreciate you being here, buddy. Wow, it's almost 10:30 already. I didn't realize how late it was. At least for me.
Do you work tomorrow?
No, I'm off tomorrow, but I gotta wake up semi early so I can not miss signing for that package.
Oh,
'Cause
semi early. You're always up like e- even if we're up like late, and then in the morning you message me and it's like my time is like 6, so that's like you're usually up by like 7.
yeah.
So I'm gonna
True.
say you should be fine.
Yeah, but my luck is that's the day I oversleep.
The
So
day
they're
you
like,
decide to sleep until 9.
yeah, we tried to deliver your package. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, that's the way it'll work too.
1,000 subs, let's go. Yeah, getting there, man. We're at what, 9 something, I think.
You gotta put
Yeah,
a you gotta
901.
put a alarm on your phone to wake yourself up at like 8 or something.
Yeah,
Or
that's what
I
I'm gonna
would
do.
say like 7:30, just to be sure, because I know that one time it was like 8 o'clock when they showed up. So
Yeah, dude. When I got the Outcast, they show up at 8 in the morning.
yeah,
I was so excited. I was like, what? I had my GoPro to like film me like run to the truck, but I forgot the GoPro and I just ran to the truck by myself and like grabbed it from the guy. I was like, thank you, and like ran inside.
that's how
The
I
guy
was
just
when I got
laughed.
this thing. And I ran up to the truck and I was like, thank you. I ran up to the garage, and all of a sudden he's like, I need your signature. And and I was like,
Big X.
yeah, turn around.
I have a guy trying to sell me a Snap-on X Max brand new in the box for 1,400. Let him keep it, dude.
Why would you want to do that? I got one I'll sell you. So
I
take a
need the
cheat.
smell of C12 and exhaust fumes. Yeah. I like it all though, man. I say it all the time. Electric, nitro, 2-stroke. It's all fun.
Yep, I like them all. I will be honest though, and I will tell you that I prefer the ones that make noise better for average daily activities.
Mm.
If I'm bashing, of course, I prefer the electrics. But
Oh
for
yeah.
like daily, you just want to go have some fun. I prefer the gas ones or nitros. They're just the sound, the exhilaration. It's just you don't need to do big jumps. You don't need to do. You get the exhilaration without the extra stuff. And the electrics are more fun when you want to do the big jumps because they have the
Oh
better
yeah.
control. But and that's what I like. It's like, you have and that's why I told you. I was like, I need to get an electric one of these because it's like it would be the best of both worlds. And you're just like, no, you can't do that. It's like,
Blah.
but it would be, but if you think about it, it would be great because, if you consider, but at the same time, these don't bash very well, but with the electric, but then I've seen guys where they gear them up and they're great.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And that's why I was like, maybe I had one of each, and I was like, man, that would be pretty sick. I
It
just
would
need
be
to.
cool. I was just messing with you. Electric ones are cool. It's just the electric DBXL, as awesome as it is, I'm not saying it's a bad RC in any means, just doesn't do it for me. Um,
No, it doesn't do it
and,
for me either, and that's why I still haven't bought one because I mean they've even had the version 2 out for man 6 months already probably, and I'm just been like, no, and it's like, and I have very poor self control, and I'll tell you that right now. So anything I buy, it's got to be something that's like, you know,
yeah, it's just like I said, I've seen Guy run his and things awesome. I've seen Earl run his. I've seen other multiple videos of them
yep.
running. They're badass by all means. I think they're awesome. It's just there's just something about it. Just I don't ever see myself owning one unless I find like a crazy good deal on one. I don't ever see myself getting an electric one.
No, and that's it for me too, because for me, my racing has always been noise. And this thing is like, I would like to, well, not always. I did do short course truck electric and buggies. But anyway, it would just be nice to, I told my son, I was like, it'd be nice to have another one of these or something this size, and we could. Well, I guess I do have the Baja, but just like make a track in the backyard and just go like mess around. It would just be like the
Oh yeah,
coolest
for
thing ever,
sure.
you know.
Bergie sent me a picture of the truggy he thinks he's going to beat me at a track with. So I just wanted to just let him see the one that's actually going to win. Yeah, this one right here, this little buggy right here with the Tekin Gen 2 in it. All right, this is what's going to be on the podium there, buddy. Just putting it out there. Bergie, we gotta. Did you find out when that cancer um, race is, like to raise money for cancer research and stuff? Because I'm down. I'll bring the nitro buggy. I'll bring the nitro truggy and this electric buggy. To, I'm gonna suck. I'm not gonna do well, but just to raise money for cancer stuff, I'm all about it, dude. I'm really hoping that thing shows up early tomorrow so I can go to Hobbytown.
And the body shop, huh, guy?
Earl, you should have hit me up, dude. I could have sent you Shugo. My hobby town has like a bunch of it.
Uh, we have like tons of it. Like I've heard that people are like, I can't get Sugo anywhere, and I walked into my Walmart, and then it's like,
Yeah. Um. da, da, da.
yeah, and
Shade
E
Tree.
six thousand. E
Uh.
six thousand is the same thing as Shugu. It's actually a little bit better.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Shade Tree. Mets RC loves his Red Cat Rampage. He absolutely loves his Red Cat Rampage. I've never driven one, but he loves it. I heard some people hating on it and stuff, but the people that I know that had them love them. There's one guy that has an electric version that he converted and a two-stroke. Like,
Steel City RC.
yeah,
Yeah, and he loves them. They're his favorites. He said basically if you go through and Loctite everything, they're they're awesome. He's like the handling, the the power, everything. He just loves them. He says they're the best.
yeah. And I never heard Matt say anything bad about his. He loves it.
Yep.
10th anniversary Outcast, if I had one. Addictor, are you gonna do like a room tour? I seen you did a live the other day, and it was like tour slash this that. Are you gonna do like a video of like your area? Just
All right,
curious.
I'll be right back.
All right. No date list yet. Should be announced next month. All right, cool. Just Burns, keep me posted with that. Like, we're gonna figure that out. I'll take off like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and probably Monday just to chill, and I'll get like a room or something, so I don't have to go far. There are way better platforms than Racket. Fisco Ripper, I'm not saying you're wrong, but everybody I know that has that love it. They absolutely love it. Shugu on Amazon's. I had no intentions of buying one. I was only curious. Yeah, honestly, I think they're badass looking. I've never driven one, don't have hands on, but Gus is like what Gus just said. I've heard the same thing. Like, make sure everything's Loctite tight, and you're good to go. Like, I think Mets actually recently rebuilt his. Well, recently, like last year, just because he just beat it up so much. But I wish he was in here. I'd have him talk about it because he swears by that thing. Yes, you are. What I ask? I'm sorry, I don't remember what I said. Addicted. If you don't mind him, yeah. You predict Horizon will own Red Cat soon. We'll see. That'd be interesting. I wonder how that would work. Man, I wish it was going to be nice tomorrow like it was today. 70 degrees when I worked, and tomorrow's 30 something. But I'll have an unboxing video at least to do. Hopefully, I can do another live and start doing some stuff with this thing because it's not FedEx normally delivers early, so it was awful funny. They quit selling Hebeo and other brands, but kept Red Cat on board. Put a 45 in it and see what happens. Just saying. I'm not saying that. I'm just he has. I think his stock with an aftermarket exhaust and that thing rips, dude. I don't think I'd put a 45 in it. The way that thing sits, the way he runs that thing and jumps it and stuff, that thing's awesome. Anybody see the new Traxxas drag racing start light? Yeah, I did see that. It doesn't look as nice as their old one. They used to have like the tree. Um, I think they should have just brought that back. I think this new light looks cheap. Go for there too. You'll see addicted. Don't be jumping to conclusions. I like the old system one, Earl. Yeah, I like the old tree system they had was awesome. But this new one, like I said, just eh. What would be a good motor for my Slayer? The 3000. Honestly, I don't know off the top of my head, dude. But honestly, dude, if you treat that 33 well, it's gonna last. Believe me, you'll be all right. You love off the buggies, yeah, they are pretty sick. How much power can I throw at it before I start breaking things? I don't know. I have a 4.6 in my Revo, and it's been good, so it should hold up pretty well. It's a three-letter word for ends with Y. Just saying, what if? Yeah, I would just not even think about that. Just cross that bridge when you get to it, if you get to it, really. But yeah, I like their original Dragonlight was pretty cool. Looked legit, but now it's just a little box. You want a Kyosho Nitro again? Do it up, dude. The new one looks like a glorified flashlight Earl. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. It's just a box. Wait for one more power. That 3-3. Oh well, no, you have the short course truck. You could probably throw a 28 in there, a .28. It should be fine. Any good videos on that subject? I see a few people put like the 4.6 Savage engine or HPI engine in those. People used to use the Offna. Was it Offna engines? I can't remember. It's been a while since I looked into that. The start light from Traxxas remind me of the Diesel Brothers headlight I got. Dude, don't be sorry. It's fine, man. Just curious and excited to learn. Yeah, dude. When Gus gets back, I'll ask him too. Because, like I said, when it comes to, I honestly, I really want to get an LRP 32 and not even start it. Send it out to get modded for bashing because that LRP 32 is a cheaper engine. But if you send those out and get them, well, even stock, they're pretty cool. But if you send them out and get modded for bashing specifically, they're animals, and that would be sick. That would be really sick. Oh no, you didn't, Earl. Easy, ladies. No arguing. Well, I'm excited for you, Shade Tree. I'm glad you're, like I said before, you're dipping your toes in the nitro stuff. I think more people should do it. At least get one RTR. See what it's like. And your $100 beach towel is awesome. The old Force .28 was a monster modded. Yeah, RP32 is what I should get for the 8. I think you should because the price isn't bad. I was the same way when asking Earl and Chef about any questions. Yeah, dude. And like I said, I say it all the time. I'm no expert, but like I'll tell you what I know, and I can point you in the right direction of people that do know way more than me. I'm just a dude that likes to play with toys in the shed, man. My shoulder blades are super tight still from working in Massachusetts. I had an accident, and ever since my accident, my shoulder blades get super tight. So I've just been trying to stretch those out. I can't sit too long, or they get tighter. You're in Nitro, Eric? Earl's super knowledgeable with stuff too. Don't hesitate to ask Earl stuff either. Like we got a good, like I say it all the time. We got a good group, man. Good group of people. This thing really needs to get cleaned and a good once over because this sway bar isn't connected anymore, but it's underneath the dry shaft. So I actually try to pop that out around there, pop it back in. And I need to straighten out the rear end here. I got to take off the rear bulkhead and try to straighten the chassis out. You got to talk to Sergeant J and see what parts I'm missing to get it. So when the weather breaks, I'll be breaking in. Hell yeah, dude. I was just a guy that unboxes broken OC cars. Yeah, sometimes. You do have bad luck, man. With that, at least. What is your favorite A-scale nitro basher? Dude, I absolutely love my TLR 8XT. You can go electric or nitro with this. This is my dream build. So, like, there's some money in it. You can build this cheaper than I did. But, like I said, I've always wanted a badass truggy nitro. And this is, like, I didn't spare any expense on this one. Like, this is my go-to. This is my dream build. This thing is an absolute beast. It handles fantastic. It takes an absolute thrashing. Like last time my last batch video with this, I was trying to break it towards the end, just launching it back and forth, trying to break it, and all I did was bend dry shafts. Like it didn't break. It's awesome. I love that kit. Got the Nova Rossi in it, the .28. That thing's a beast. And it handles fantastic. It handles so good. Big John, what's up, buddy? Gus will be back. Yeah, he just had to go do something real quick. If I'm passing a defective RC car, I'm going to return it. I don't blame you, dude. I thought you seem pretty close to returning that Outcast. You got screwed on that, man. All that leaking and stuff that happened, that sucks. You have a 3.3 T-Max Classic, and Traxxas Nitro Sport, and an Exceed RC Nitro truck. Sick. Watch the learn on the Slayer. If I do, I want to get the Lozy RTR Nitro Truggy and upgrade it a lot of time. I can dig it. But at the end of the day, though, no matter how much you upgrade that, it's not going to be the kit. Just to let you know. You can do some crazy stuff to it, but it won't be the kit. But yeah, they're great truggies. Those RTRs, they're fantastic. But dude, I can't get over how well that thing handles. Just talking about it gets me I'd like want to go run it right now. Like these are awesome. Learning electric, nice. Which one you like the best? I kind of want to get a Traxxas Classic T-Max. I messed with 3.3s. My buddy has a 3.3 and stuff, but like that's OG. Like that's old school Traxxas Nitro. Has the 2.5, not the 2.5R. It has the silver head and stuff. Just old school OG T-Max. It did not hold a candle to the Savage though. Back in the day, they were fighting back and forth. The Savage was way more of a beast. What up, Gus?
Sorry for the delay. I had some family aggro on my way through.
It's all good, dude. Would be a techno with as much power as I can throw at it. I can dig it.
I really want to try one of those. I haven't had a. Oh man, I don't remember when techno first come out. What was it like?
I don't know.
08, I think.
Bernsey swears by techno.
They're not that amazing. I mean, they are good, but they're like nowadays they're priced pretty good. They used to be overpriced.
I'll be right back. We're gonna use the bathroom.
Yes,
Keep
sir.
them, keep them entertaining,
But
Jess.
technos are definitely legit though. Am I keeping you entertained? Probably not. You guys are keeping yourself entertained the way it seems. And that's the way it usually goes. Are you not entertained? I'm glad you picked that up, Addicted. Proves I'm not the only old man in the house. Not a whole heck of a lot. This is the newest right here. I got to get a pipe on this thing though. That's my biggest thing right now. I've been like trying to find measurements to see if the one off of the original will fit on here. Speaking of which, thank you for that, Addicted. When Chef gets back, I'm not going to change my train of thought. I got to keep thinking of that and be like, hey, Chef, what is measurements from this point to this point and this point to this point so I can see if that pipe will fit on there or not. I guess we did see that the one will fit as long as you change the servo horn. So I guess we really don't need to do that, but I just really need a pipe. You're younger than me. Only 43. I got a couple of years on you there, buddy. But I guess at our age, 2 years don't mean squat. It's like a year goes by like this. A year is a month. I might check out that one pipe though. There was one I saw, I can't remember the brand, I'll have to look it up, where it actually came through. I'm going to guarantee you, because of where this is at though, it's not going to work. But it came up and it actually dumped out through here. And because of how this one is set up with like the push pull and the way the servo horn is set up, I don't think that one will fit on there either. What kind of pipe? All kinds of pipe. Guy, what you talking? What kind of pipe you talking about? I don't live in California or any of the other fancy states.
Hello.
So your question is, what is my favorite eighth scale? That would depend on the purpose and the price. There's kind of a difference. You could have there's kind of like the Revo and the T-Max and the um 8T that I would kind of consider all in the same category. And then you kind of go into the TLR stuff, and the TLR stuff is like, oh my God, $2,000 minimum by the time you're done. Well, maybe not quite if you would go cheaper. I mean, you could go with like a dynamite engine and like cheap servos and stuff, but
I think, well, my dream build with the Nova Rossi, the reef servos.
maybe I should do that. Be like, I should do that. Be like, budget build Losi 8XT. Maybe I should do that and do like a dynamite engine and like the cheapest servos I can get and like that work
That'd be
great.
cool.
And not that are crap, but the
Yeah.
cheapest ones I can get that are good. You know what I mean? That would
Yeah, I
actually be
can see
pretty.
that.
That would be pretty cool.
But my 8XT wasn't $2,000. The kit was 7. The engine I think was, let's just round it up to 3. 8, 9, 10. My
No, it
servos,
was like rounded up to 3. I thought it was like 3 something plus shipping.
I think it was like, no, well, the shipping was like nothing. It was like $5 because it came from the military base.
Oh yeah, because it's a APO.
Yeah, and then no, then let's say 350 even. It wasn't 4, I know that for a fact. Um, I had to
I'm trying to
design.
remember. I think it was like it irritated me because I know they were a little bit more than like the um my brain's broke, the blue engine LRP.
Oh yeah,
The LRPs, they were a little more than those. I was thinking it was like 330-ish.
yeah. That's why I
Uh,
said like
you
350.
know,
But and
yeah,
then the pipe and manifold were like nothing. Like they were cheap.
yeah, and I think that's what it was. I think it was like if you got the kit through A-Man, I think it was like 380 with the pipe.
Yeah. So then my servos, one was like 100 and something, and then the other one was like I think 90, or let's just say 100. So I'm probably at like 14, 15.
That's the one
But
thing
that's
that
like
irritates me
sparing
right
no
now.
expense.
That's one thing that irritates me right now. There's no other brands of engines to get right now. It's like basically right now it's like what can you get? It's like there's no Novarossi, there's like I mean there's a couple other brands, but it's like I don't know. I've been looking around and I'm like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to get. It's like the problem is I'm old and it's like all the brands I know are now gone. The only brand I know that is still available is like OS. I guess Reds. My brother ran
Yeah.
a Reds. He ran a Reds 21 and a 28 in his what do you call it? It's an Arma. It's the same thing as a Creighton. Why is my brain broken right now? Somebody type it on there. Tell me what it is. You all know what Armas were before. Why can't I think of it?
Addicted's turning Sergeant J's Truggy that he bought from him, the 4.0, back to Nitro. He says he's gonna go buy the engine tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You can go electric. That hurt me putting that electric engine or motor in my 8XT. Just felt gross. I'm not saying it's bad if it's electric. It's just
That is
it's
why
my dream build, you know.
that is why he had problems with it after the fact, because you tainted it.
Yeah. Like I said, and like don't get me wrong, if you buy that kit and make it electric, it's gonna be completely badass. But that was
Yes.
my dream build. That's why I bought Reef Service. They were overpowered and overpriced, but my dream build spared no expense. I didn't care. Like so that's why.
Yep. And if you want a basher, Truggy, and you put a 28 in there, and a lot of people are like, oh, you need to light tires, and it's like, no, I'm building a basher, and that's why you put something that's a little bit heavier. You don't, but I'm a personal. I prefer lighter tires, and that's why I like how Mike did it, where he went with the or Mike Chef, excuse
You're
me,
good. You're good.
did it with the tires, and the racer wheels, because that way they're still lighter, but there's still a little bit of weight to it. So that way, if you want to do a backflip, you can actually do a backflip. I mean, because a nitro, you want to keep as light a weight of wheels as you can, but it's a basher. You need a little bit of extra weight in the wheel in order to actually do the backflips and play around. But you don't want to overdo it. So that's why how Chef did it is perfect, because it's kind of in between.
Dude, it handles so well. That truck is so badass. I'm not converting it back to electric, so we can run in the same class. You need to get a buggy. Trade another one of your cars and get a buggy. I run Eco Power WT 120 servos in my 1/8, 1/10, 380 ounce.
Scroll up. Okay, I'll scroll up.
My local shop carries them and warranties them for a year. That you can't beat it. What's Armor's Team Magic to begin with? All right, Eric, you take it easy. We're actually winding down too. I'm just gonna get tired. Chef, Gus, don't forget to ask Chef to measure some points for the pipe.
Oh yeah, we wanted to see if they moved the engine.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna guess they probably did not, but they
All right.
might have, because I know they changed the geometry of the rear drive shaft, so it's a possibility. Otherwise, if they didn't say anything about that, I would be like, it should be the same. But considering they said that, where should we measure from?
That's all I was about to ask you. I don't know. Do you want to go from like top of the motor head to the top of the um, shock tower?
Do you have your plastic dealie around your engine? Or no?
Not just the cover, not the part that goes over the exhaust, not the part that goes over the spark plug. But yeah,
You
I do
have
have
you
that.
have you have like the roll cage piece.
Yeah.
What from the front of the front bumper, what is the measurement from the front of your engine on that case or on that roll cage piece to the front bumper piece? Mine is like 15 and a half.
Yep. Same. I was about to say that.
Yep. That's what I kind of figured. I didn't figure they would change anything, because that costs money. I mean, when you have to make new molds and parts
Yeah,
and
for sure.
machining and.
So how'd they get I guess it's because they changed the center diff so they can move that closer in, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not. I know they changed, like they put like a carrier bearing piece in here to change the angle on this
See if it's got ripples.
drive shaft so it doesn't wear out as bad as like the old one did.
Yeah.
Because I guess that was supposed to be a problem.
Hmm.
I wish I could. I don't want to touch it though because I don't want it to disconnect like I did before. But literally, from I'll just measure it, and you can measure yours and see what it is. Like from the rear of the plastic on the like center diff housing holder, whatever you want to call it, to the rear of the shaft where the rear shaft hooks into. So like the cup or whatever you want to call it is 3 3/4 of an inch. If you know what I'm talking about.
You're talking about the bearing holder here?
Yeah, from the bearing holder to the back of the
All right, so the back of the bearing holder or in front of it?
On the plastic piece, like I don't know what you call it, but basically you have your brakes on there.
My
and
brakes
then
are further up, yeah.
Yeah, but basically your brakes are on there, and then hold it to like the center diff piece, and then measure to the back of the diff cup.
I'm trying to get this in there with the pipe here.
I should say it's basically the center diff holder.
Yeah, I got you. It's a almost 3 inches. It's actually a little shorter than yours.
Oh yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
kind of figured, because I know they wanted to take some of the angle out of it or change how it was set up because it was causing issues. And this one is like 3 3/4.
Huh.
And
Yeah.
that's like, and so basically the center diff should be the same. So just to see, I'm going to hold my tape measure on the rear shock on the right hand side, so the passenger side, and I'm going to measure to
You want?
how am I gonna make this count? People are like, okay, quit measuring. Talk about stuff. I would say measure to like the back of that engine thing, because that our front was the same. So our front was like 15.5. So it looks like it's pretty damn close to 12 from like if you hold your tape measure flat to your rear shock to that roll cage that bolts onto the engine. It's probably a hair over 12, maybe an eighth.
Well, you got to think. I also have a bend in my rear end, so I'd say mine's about a 12. About 12 if I'm trying to factor in my bend.
Yep.
They're the same.
So they're the same. Yep.
Because like measuring this now, I'm like a smidge under 12, so that tells you how much that back of that chassis actually bent.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're close enough, and like it's one of those things where you could convert it. It would just be one of those things where you would have to make sure that when you bought a part, you made sure the other parts that hooked to were also compatible, because that would be the main thing. That's pretty legit. That means the other guys they actually can kind of upgrade slowly instead of having to buy a new one.
Yeah, exactly.
That's one of the things I've always loved about Losi. Most of them are always. It might suck because you might have to buy like the whole front end, but you don't have to buy like a whole brand new RC. You know what I mean? It was pretty legit back in my old days.
Yeah.
The other thing I would say is the rear shocks are just a touch on the soft side.
Yeah, I actually need to loosen mine up because if you watch that video, my ass end kept kicking forward.
Yeah,
So I actually have to loosen those. My tighten them
yeah.
down too much.
Mine are set at darn near full
3 long
soft.
black lines with 7 short lines.
Yeah, mine are set at pretty much full soft, so I might have to tighten those up. But at the same time, when you drive in snow, it's probably the best to have it that way, so it kind of settles down. And
How thick a hair and half a black line.
do you really want to get technical there, Earl? Because I could tell you technical, but you two may tell me that it's not legit.
A hair over 12 and a bend in the rear end. Yeah, dude. It was a hair under 12. Because it was like on 12, but it wasn't. Wasn't to the next line, guys. Come on. Come on. Ugh. Wow, it's 11. I think we're gonna end it. You have anything else to add, Gus? Anything to say?
No, no, I'm good.
All right. Well, everybody in chat, I appreciate it. We've actually had a steady stream of people in here. We had people coming in and out. It was awesome to see. Highly appreciated. If you guys are just joining, sorry, but you missed it. Nothing fancy. Me and Gus talked about the old DBXL versus the new one. We talked about other RCs and just hung out. That's the whole purpose of this that me and Gus are trying to do. The Beards, Beers, and RCs, we're trying to do like at least a weekly or bi-weekly kind of show. It might not always be like, this is the new thing, because we're not always going to buy the new thing, but we might pull it up on
No,
screen and talk about it. We're always going to drink some beers with it. You know what I mean? So like, this is going to be like a recurring thing. And we're also going to get other people on here. We'll get Addicted in here. Maybe Earl one day, maybe Guy if they're not too popular.
and you
Yeah,
never
we're just
know. You never know who you could get in here.
yeah, exactly. So it's just something that we're going to work on and just make bigger and better. And yeah, so again, I'm going to end it like I do all my other lives. Wherever you are in the world, morning, afternoon, or night, I appreciate you guys being here. Have a good one, and catch you soon.